There is a report that he
may be done for the weekend.
He may be done for the weekend as well. So, but still, the largest car count here in what 6 years?
Yeah,
here last night. Yeah, 107.
And don't forget the Dream had 117, 116. Randy Weaver had 116.
Right.
And the Million at 124. Just outstanding car counts and outstanding crowds.
Well,
I love the people that say streaming are hurting racing. We saw a record crowd here in June. We got a record crowd here this week.
Well, all the big races, you know, that I've done this year at the Lucas Oil Series here on MAF TV on FloRacing. But yes, great crowds. Car counts are up past 5 or 6 years higher this year than they were the last 5 or 6 years. So we're looking forward to that. But a lot of racing coming up, of course, tonight and tomorrow night. And then you and I are going to be busy next week. You know, you've got the FloRacing night at Castro FloRacing night in America, Tuesday night at Fairbury, right?
Yeah.
$22,022 to win, right?
That is correct.
And in Knoxville, we'll be live here on FloRacing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from Knoxville Raceway. Possibly Brian Burkhofer, guest commentator. We'll just have to wait and see.
Oh.
And then the week after that, you're busy with Kyle Larson's.
Yes, the
high limit.
The high limit, yeah.
Sprint cars, Wayne County
yes.
on, was that Tuesday?
That's a Tuesday.
And then you got Atomic.
Castro FloRacing Night in America on Wednesday. We have the rescheduled Hillbilly on Thursday.
Still have my
7.
rain checks from 2001.
That's right. Raceway 7 on Friday. And, and then the Pittsburgher on Saturday. Five days of racing within about a 3.5 hour radius right there. That's pretty cool.
It's a nice paycheck for us, isn't it?
It is a nice paycheck, absolutely.
We hope the weather's great. It looks great for next week, Fairbury, and then through Knoxville. So we invite everybody watching us live here on FloRacing all of next couple of weeks in Brownstown Speedway, Brownstown, Indiana. The week after, well, it's next weekend after Knoxville.
It is.
Friday and Saturday night before the Jackson, and a lot of special things there for C.J. Rayburn, our good buddy.
That's awesome, man. It's a nice paycheck for us. Two guys that work for free here during World 100 Week are joining us now on the Eldora stage. Ben Shelton and Mike Norris, take it away.
Wait, what? Did you say free? What?
They didn't tell you that?
Yeah. All right, well, meanwhile, back on the farm, Mike Norris, Ben Shelton down here on the Eldora Speedway Victory Lane stage. And, Mike, warmest day that it's been since we've been here. An absolutely beautiful Friday afternoon, though. It is warmer, but I'm going to say it right now. The racetrack, well, she's juiced a little bit more than we've seen it all weekend. I think we're going to have a different racetrack here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They could throw you a curveball here on the racetrack, and walking across it a little more stuck to our shoes, I guess, if you will. And it's going to be definitely fun. We look forward to get up on the wall, banging the boards. Hopefully we could see some of that. They've been using all the racetrack. Rob and the guys have done a great job with this half mile.
Yeah, it's definitely, like we said, it's got some moisture in it. I was about 5'9" by the time that I got across the racetrack, and it's amazing what you can see when you add 4 inches to your height. But, yeah, so we'll see. They're getting racetrack rolled in. Again, twin 12,000 to win features tonight. And, man, what an emotional win that was for Hudson O'Neill last night. He pulled into victory lane. His dad was out of breath. He'd come all the way from the suite. But a lot of generations of O'Neills in the house last night. And, boy, it's hard to believe Indiana has never won the World 100.
I think that's going to change this week. It's going to change soon, if not. Big things coming for Hudson O'Neill. So good to see Don O'Neill down here and the whole O'Neill family, as you said. But he is a very talented driver, and big things to come, obviously, next year as well.
Well, that was an exciting one. Meanwhile, Jonathan Davenport just put a hurting on him. 5.5 seconds and a 25-lapper. And, man, Superman had that 49 dialed in last night. It's hard to believe when we were here back before the Million. When he rolled into the Million and the Dream back in June, he'd won 7 races on the year. He rolls in this weekend with 18. After last night, he's got number 19. And, man, he's just dominant. What better way to describe it?
I don't even want to start the GOAT conversation because, you know, you have Billy Moyer, Scott Bloomquist, whatever. When does Jonathan Davenport enter that conversation? 4 World 100s. It's going to be, could it be another one? You know what I mean? That guy and what he's doing is simply amazing at the house that Earl built. I mean, he is absolutely dominating right now. And odds-on favorite, absolutely. Jonathan Davenport could walk out of here with yet another World 100.
Well, 107 cars came here this weekend, and they want to make sure to prove what you and I just had a theory about, that we are completely wrong. Some guys done for the weekend. Before we throw it back up top, you are right. Ashton Winger done for the weekend. Cody Evans done for the weekend. Bob Gardner done for the weekend. So the Big E biting some of these teams. Hopefully guys have better luck tonight. DJ, James, racetrack is rolling in, and I'm going to be honest with you. I grew up on the bull rings around Memphis, and they got the gumbo. They like to put a lot of water in it. When they're packing it, you can hear the squishing.
Yep.
DJ, these push trucks are coming by, and you can hear the squishing right now. There's some moisture in this racetrack here tonight.
Did not have squishing on my bingo card. James.
Now, as long as we don't have a frog strangler tomorrow, we're going to be. We don't need any of that stuff, do we, Ben?
It was a toad strangler.
Yeah.
They called it a toad strangler.
You know, when I was young, I was terrified to get in the ocean because of the undertoad, and then I found out it was the undertow. So that was about 3 years ago.
And that was even scarier when you found out it was undertow.
It was much scarier. But yeah, that's some of the southern dialect. I got to meet a lot of cool people here, and I want to touch on this real quick, guys, before we go find some drivers to talk to. Walking around meeting some fans today, met a lot of folks out of the South, and I just can't say enough about this crowd last night and what it's going to be tonight and what it's going to be Saturday night. Just spectacular and just incredible to see so many families and a lot of new people making their way to Eldora for the first time, or maybe even one gentleman I met was here for the 61st time. That's what it's all about.
And that was James Essex.
That was James Essex. And he didn't start coming until he was 40 is the weird part. So.
And James up here, he's got his Pepsi and Mountain Dew. Ready to go.
I'm loaded. I'm ready to go.
Wait.
I'm loaded. I'm loaded too.
He's got a Pepsi and a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's like a cash bar up here.
That's like a Dodge.
Yes, a Chevy.
Ford Dodge Ranger.
I hope they moved that.
Same company. It's more like GMC and Chevrolet, I think.
I hope their alarm is still not going off. Or they?
Did you buy that Mountain Dew and Osterhoff fence?
Vinyl Fence
Osterhoff Vinyl Fence Incorporated, Illinois. Yes, yeah.
They are sponsoring the announcer booth tonight, so we thank you very much.
The real sponsor of the announcer booth tonight is our good friend PK, Patrick Davis. Pete Kitty, yeah, I appreciate him coming up. And as you would say, Mike Norris, making sure that the announcers stay hydrated. Announcers are always thirsty.
That's the thing about Pete Kitty, Dustin. During his long tenure here, he takes care of everybody and makes sure nobody goes thirsty. So.
That's right. Yes, that's right. I pick up what you're putting down there. Absolutely.
And it's good to be with Flo because he's taken over customer service as well from me. So I appreciate that, PK.
There we are. There's part of the booth. There, yes. Hello. There we are, James.
Why is my screen buffering? Can you anybody tell me that?
You're connected on
here. Hey, here's
I have to log in again with a
guys.
New password.
I got breaking information for you, by the way.
Yes, sir.
James Essex may or may not now have a Dirt Draft account.
No.
Yes.
No.
Now he cannot currently log into it because his phone is not. I don't know. Someone gave him the wrong password or whatever else. So yeah,
you gave me the password, so I'm not sure if I've been hacked or what on this.
Yes.
I did not know on one of those Nextel phones you could log into Dirt Draft. That's pretty cool. So
I've already got my free T-shirts. So I'm good to go.
He's wearing the free T-shirt tonight, by the way. He is wearing the free T-shirt right now. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll let you scatter. I know that you have a couple driver interviews lined up. James, we'll talk about the run of show again here this evening real quick once again. Basically the same program that we had last night. The 107 drivers in the pits. I think it was trimmed down just a hair. It's about 102 or so right now. They've been split into Group A and Group B. Group A, each group will hot lap. Group A will qualify against each other. Group B will qualify against each other. Then we'll come back with opening ceremonies. Group A will run 4 heat races. They are 10 laps in distance. The top 5 out of each of those 4 heat races transfer to the Group A feature.
Each and top 4 in each heat are inverted.
The top 4 in each heat are inverted. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, that is correct.
Yep.
Group B will do the same thing. They're going to qualify against each other. Top 16 cars or top 4 in each heat race are inverted. They will run 4 10-lap heats. Top 5 out of each heat race advancing to the Group B feature. Group A comes back. They're going to run 2 12-lap B mains. Top 2 advance to the Group A feature. Group B does the same. We wrap up the night with twin features, Group A, Group B, each running a 25-lap, $12,000 to win main event. Every time the driver's on the track other than hot laps, James, as you alluded to earlier, for qualifying, they get a certain number of points based on how well they qualify. They get a certain amount of points based on where they finish in their heat races, and then they get a certain number of points based on how well they run in the A main as well. Their combined point totals from Thursday and Friday, that sets up how the drivers are stacked, and then we do the Wheel of Misfortune. The high point man spins the Wheel of Misfortune, and whatever he spins on that wheel will determine the invert for tomorrow's 6 traditional heat races. There's numbers 0 through 6, or at least there was back in June. Admittedly, I've not seen it yet this year. There could be a full field invert for all I know.
What if there's a 10 or a 12?
I pulled. I'm not going to lie. I pulled when I was a house announcer here back from 2010 to 2015. I really, really tried hard for the full field invert. I got voted down, but I did. I pulled really hard for at least just one full field invert on there.
And again, it's combined points tonight and tomorrow night. So provisionals tomorrow night. No provisionals tonight. So the top 2 in the points tomorrow night after the heat races, they will start 19th and 20th in the grid.
That is correct. Guys down in the infield, take it away.
Well, we're down here with, play it again. I'm looking at Garrett Alberson's car. We're here with Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky, a 7th place finish last night. You end up 17th in the points when it's all over. How would you rate your performance last night?
I'd say pretty well. We struggled there the night before. Really just didn't have really good balance, and I felt like we made major improvements for last night, and hopefully we can get a little better tonight.
17th in the points after last night. Is that ideally where you want to be, knowing that, as you said, there's no way there's going to be 2 zeros on that wheel again? Yeah, I feel like with them having 2 zeros last time, I feel like they probably fixed it to make sure that's not going to happen this time. So, I hopefully we can stay somewhere in the top 10, top 20 after tonight. Just need a really good run and just keep improving, and I think we'll be pretty good for tomorrow. All right, you've been watching the racetrack today. What do you see when you look out there? What do you expect out of it tonight versus last night?
Looks like they got, honestly, I think it's a little harder today than last night, so I think it's going to slick up a little bit more. And I don't know, I thought the racing for the most part was really good last night, so I think as long as they make the track nice and wide, it should be pretty good.
All right, last thing, when you're not in this late model and you're not in a stock car, a motorized wheelbarrow, or modified, you now have a micro sprint. And just describe to me, how different is that than anything else you've ever driven?
Everything I've always drove is big, slow, kind of wild, so it's like almost like a go-kart on steroids. I have a blast. I love running it, and hopefully I'll get to run it again here before too long. I know we'll go to the shootout here later this year, so we'll just kind of see what we do. It's different.
Well, he races everything. We're going to throw it down to the other end of pit road, where Mike Norris is caught up with a guy that just drove a nitrous-powered Crown Vic at Bristol Motor Speedway. Take it away, Mike.
A nitrous-powered Crown Vic was the last thing he drove. Joseph Joyner down here. Hunt the front. I tell you what, he said you didn't qualify like he wanted to, but I got to watch it, of course, in the heat race, and then you moved up in the B main, and you put it in. Congratulations, and tell us all about it.
Yeah, it was fun. I sure wish we could have qualified better last night. We had a really good draw and kind of squandered a good opportunity there. I think tonight we're, the last car out on the racetrack to qualify, so that's going to. But anxious to see how that plays out. But I hope it'll go well, and hopefully we can maybe start a little bit closer to the front in the heat race and not have to run a B main.
How cool is it to interact with all these fans here at Eldora with Hunt the Front? I talked to your guys as well on the race car. You got some success at Gondolick, and you found some speed. You carried it over here to Eldora. You got all these fans here. This has got to be one of the coolest experiences. Hunt the Front, and you're doing pretty well behind that car.
Yeah, it's great. All the fans here, nothing like the World 100. It's great to be a part of it, and so blessed to be able to be here and be able to do what we're doing. And I feel like the race car is really good. If we can just have the tune on it the right way at the right time. And we've been all around it the whole time. So going back to Wednesday and last night, we've had some speed, just hadn't put a whole night together. So maybe tonight we can put it all together and run pretty good.
Well, Joseph Joyner's looking to hunt the front here tonight. We'll send it back to Ben with another driver who was holding off a driver named Superman. Ben?
Yeah, we got the little head knocker over here, Trent Ivey. Not Tyler Ivey. Essex keeps calling you Tyler Ivey. How do you respond to that?
I went after him on Twitter the other week just to try to make it known. But if I'd have won that heat race, he probably would have never forgot, So.
He would have never forgotten. Well, let's talk about that heat race. You got the hottest guy in America. You're keeping him behind you. What happened there in the closing laps?
I don't know, man. I'm rusty. I've been on a racetrack out of the car for 2 months. So I didn't think I was going to stuff it, but I stuffed the shit out of it. So just a rookie move, not many laps lately and not many here as well.
Well, I tell you what, you raced into the million back in June, and I'll never forget, you rolled across the scales, and I was actually interviewing JD, and you pulled up and you did the Ric Flair woo! And, man, how cool was that, no more than you've raced this year, to come here and have speed? Because when you came here the first time a few years ago, not so much on the speed front.
Yeah, it's huge. We're just like the weekend warrior racers. Like we just show up and race. And luckily, my dad been racing forever, and he, really smart. I think we got a little edge there that helps us get by when we come to some of these bigger shows. So we're just real fortunate to be here and try to make all we can when we come to these big races.
Well, he's going to be in car number 88. Listen close, Essex. It's Trent Ivey. Trent Ivey. He'll be in car number 88 here tonight.
It's also Gondik Law, Mike Norris, not gondola or gondola.
Not Mudlick, not Gondolick. It's Gondik. Thank you.
We love you, Norris. I see you, buddy.
I did call him. Yeah, I did say Tyler Ivey. I know back in.
We called him a lot of things.
Wasn't there there was a Tyler Ivey?
Yes, there was.
It's now
There
Tyler.
is. Yes.
I think he was like number 47 out of Tallahassee, Florida.
Right. That's where I got that
You
from.
guys didn't hear me right. My mic was a little scratchy. I think it came out wrong. I actually said it right. You just didn't hear me.
Okay. All right. Thank you for clarifying.
No, you
Good
didn't.
job. Good job.
No, you didn't.
Go on.
Go right ahead.
What's the boat the guys row down the? Oh, that's a gondola.
That's a gondola.
Gondola. Close.
Yes.
Very close. Yes.
Gondola Speedway. You heard it here first, guys.
I could see Mike Norris. I don't know what you call it. Is he the captain of a gondola, right? Singing to the newly engaged couple as he takes them down.
I also like gondolas too, so we'll throw that in there.
I can't. I can't.
And it's only 20 after 6.
It is. Hey,
on a
let's.
Friday night.
We are. I am 1 minute behind from tossing to commercial break, James. So let's step out of here for a quick set of commercial breaks, and when we come back, Ben Shelton and Randy Weaver will talk about the action coming up on the track here this evening and recap last night's races. You're watching everything live on FloRacing.
If you want to be remembered, you got to do more than just win. You got to get them out of their seats. You got to give them the slide job, cushion pounding, no holds barred racing they paid to see. This is dirt track. That means pushing it to the edge and laying it all on the line. Yeah, you might wreck. So what? We'll help you get back out there so they can watch you try it again and again. Pit Stop USA. Live like legends.
Introducing the latest technology in the racing industry, Spring Rhythm. Spring Rhythm is an app that can replace a spring smasher, giving you access to the same information the fast guys are using to stay ahead. The app tells you where to set your coilover nuts to hit your install loads and tells you the dynamic loads that the car will see in travel. It also simplifies adjustments at the track, giving you the information needed to adjust loads without taking the shock off the car. Spring Rhythm has been rigorously tested to ensure accuracy. There's no excuse to not be using a spring smasher.
Legacies aren't built overnight. They take passion, desire, and a fire that burns within. For 20 years strong, we've been there to help you fuel that fire. And we'll continue to be there as your history is made. Pit Stop USA. Live like legends.
Hi, I'm Tom Buzzy.
And I'm Lori Buzzy.
And this is our story. 2010, 2011, we decided to start our own family business of Buzzy Racing. 4-cylinder cars at Hickory and Daytona with NASCAR cars. We have a son that races. We have 2 grandchildren that race. I feel like from our customers' perspective, they appreciate that. We understand their situation. We understand their budget concerns, what they need in technology. It's something we've done for so many years, and we're very fortunate to be able to pass that on to our customers.
Big dreams start with small victories.
Have you thought about what you want to be yet when you grow up? Mm-hmm. What do you want to be? Race car driver.
For over 30 years, we've manufactured high-quality, reliable, American-made parts. Whether you're cutting your first laps in a quarter midget or competing for thousands of dollars on the biggest stage, Joe's Racing Products will be with you every step of the way. We'll be there for you. Visit us online at joesracing.com.
Welcome back to the famed Eldora Speedway, Night 2, the 52nd Annual World 100. Ben Shelton here with the one and only Randy Weaver in the Eldora Speedway Victory Lane stage. Well, Weaver, one night down of the World. We get ready for Night 2. And we were talking about the racetrack during the break, and we were talking about Ricky Thornton Jr. said that he thought it was a little bit harder, but you made the comment about the slime. And what do you kind of think the goal is based on what you've seen the track crew do so far?
Well, from the looks of it, it's definitely a lot wetter than it's been, but the guys have done an outstanding job, so I'm not questioning anything they're doing. I'm just saying, with all the slime on top, what I think it's going to do is probably try to blow up and have a cushion that we hadn't had here in the last few races. So something else to throw a curve to some of these guys and maybe get the 49 and some of those guys off their game just a little bit. And, you know, that might play in hand to some of the other teams that used to racing a bigger cushion or that condition of racetrack.
You told me after the races last night that you thought there might not have been as much passing as we would have liked because the racetrack might have been just too good, that it got too smooth, and it was just too where drivers were not having to maneuver around, as I like to call, character.
Well, in that condition, when somebody hits it real close, like Jonathan said, you know, he's just one little adjustment from being perfect. But what happens is it gives more room for mistakes. So the guys that missed it by 2 or 3 adjustments, it showed up, especially in that condition in a long green flag run. So, you know, they'll throw them a little curve here and see if they can overcome it. But, you know, it's just unbelievable, like me and you was talking, that Jonathan's already got 4 globes. And you definitely can't rule him out. And but there's a few other guys, so we'll see what happens.
We heard Hudson tell me in Victory Lane last night that as good as he was when he pulled up on cars, it felt like he slowed down 2 seconds in 1 lap. Explain what he was feeling there, what was creating that issue.
Well, I done that one time in the preliminary, started 8th, and on restarts, the air ain't that big because you're just in there trying to get up to speed. And I got to 2nd, I'll never forget it. We run Dale McDowell down, I was excited. And I got about 4 car lengths from him, and it's just like you pulled a parachute. And so I didn't really understand it at that time, but then I went and just talked to Dale about it. Well, he had caught lap cars and done the same thing. It's just that when that air gets so dirty that it gets it off of certain parts of our race car, and now that setup that was perfect is, you know, either too tight or a little free. You can watch the guys a lot. I was watching them last night. When they dive in 1 and they're trying to keep their nose under the guy exiting 2, it ain't because they're thinking they're going to pull up beside them. It's to keep that air. So when if you'll watch them as they slide out behind them, they'll lose 4 or 5 car lengths immediately. And sometimes the car will kind of raise up. So it's more than just trying to wheel this thing. You got to place your nose piece in the right place, and you got to set them guys up for those big sliders that we all love.
Give me 1 or 2 final thoughts before we throw it up top to James and DJ on the night. What are you looking for, and what are you curious about maybe?
I'm curious if Hudson O'Neal can drive that thing like he did in that heat race. I'm telling you, that was really, really impressive. Maybe we need somebody to make him mad right before he goes out. But him, a couple of other guys, the 76, you can't count out all those. You know, I'm just saying, I'd like to see somebody give the 49 a good run, and with the racetrack being a little different, that might be all we need.
There you go, the expert. He's here, as DJ said, all week. Randy Weaver. They're cranked up behind us up there, DJ and James. We're just about ready for hot laps. Night number 2, twin 12,000 win races. It's Friday. Life is good, my friends.
And I got a question while Randy's down there, and
Yes.
he just alluded to that, Dustin, and I've been meaning to ask him all week. All the talk, clean air, dirty air, out, you know, all of this. What do you see maybe needs to be changed in dirt late model racing to help that out? Let's admit it, to make the racing better, Randy.
Well, I'm going to blow everybody's mind. I don't think the bodies need to be really that big a difference. I just think they need to take the left rear shock and spring housing from behind the rear end and put it in the front like we did at old school. Then it makes everything race different. It puts the driver back in it. You don't have as much traction, so therefore it don't affect the wind as bad because now you can get so much grip, and all these teams, including mine, we go test by ourselves. And man, we leave that test, we're chest out, we're feeling good, but we never tested in dirty air. So then you show up and you try to race around other cars, and then you have the same struggles. So I say let's put the shock and spring in front, and then let everybody go back to work and see what that produces.
You know, it's interesting you say that. Bob Pierce and I, a few years ago, I was showing him an old video from Farmer City or somewhere, maybe in the late 80s, early 90s, and the cars are bouncing going down the straightaway, and I said, Bob, it looks like they handled awful. He goes, oh, they were a nightmare to drive. He said, but the racing was amazing because none of us could control them.
Well, and you've heard, like, when John Blankenship come back, he's like, my gosh, these cars just drive so much better, and a lot of the young talent, they don't know how it used to drive, so they feel like, all right, I'm stuck to the earth, hold it down, and let somebody buy me more horsepower. But if you take some of the traction and that stuff away, it'll make the whole race, the lines, the way you approach people, everything will be different. And, the fans won't be able to tell much difference, but it'll probably be better racing, which is what we're all after. But you either got to do that, or I think you got to kind of get away from the droop rule and let it get back to get as much droop, and because a lot of that will dictate itself, frame rails and stuff, and let somebody that can start 20th and win a race again. That'd be pretty cool.
Inside Dirt Track Racing with Randy Weaver, only here at Eldora.
Hashtag LFG. Let's
Yep.
go. That's right. Randy. Hashtag Randy Weaver for president.
Let's go, guys.
I've been waiting all week to ask him that, and he gave a great answer. I thank you, Randy. Appreciate
awesome.
it, brother.
Good stuff.
I tell you, there's always a lot of opinions on it. We're just for better racing. What
Look
do we
at
got
this.
here?
Happy birthday,
Gordy.
Gordy Gundaker, 30 years old today. Do you suppose, look at that, and that's up in this one of our suites, by the way.
Well, it's got to be.
Yes, thank you.
The second place finisher
Yes.
in the 1980 World 100 to Charlie Schwartz. It has to be Kevin.
Yes, good
Gundaker.
job. Thank you. Yes.
Tammy.
You don't suppose that there were any beverages consumed in or around the Gundaker camp last night celebrating Gordy's birthday, right?
They're all wearing Napa helmets, by the way. You know, the Napa hats.
Did that happen before or after the birthday shenanigans?
Well, I'm not sure.
So in the pit area today, one of Gordy's crew members said, hey, it's Gordy's 30th birthday. I said, right. He said, hey, let's embarrass him tonight. I said, buddy, Gordy's like me. When you don't have any dignity, you cannot embarrass somebody. And he said, you got me there. DJ, the more depressing part is that Gordy's only 30.
Oh yeah, that is true. He's well behind us, but he's closing in on us. So here's the other
don't
funny
give him
thing.
a nickname either.
That's right.
He
No
doesn't want to be
nickname. No nicknames.
Please.
The low rider is Dale Blaney, not Gordy Gundaker. So I text Gordy this morning, and I should have known better than to text him before noon. But I texted him this morning. It took a whole 3 hours for him to get back to me. Again, I should not be surprised by that.
Yeah. There you go. Are you ready to go?
Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you've seen. I'm ready.
This is fun. This is going to be fun. With a great crowd here last night, let's have good racing tonight. Yes.
It's a good. Well, that one guy over here is not. I think he's out there with someone he shouldn't. But the rest of the crowd looks good.
That's good. How about Shannon Babb, the Dynagrow Seed Longhorn Vic Hill Power Plant, now under the 18, out of Moweaqua, Illinois, the first car on the racetrack here. Preliminary night number 2. Again, combined points from last night and tonight. Every lap matters except for hot laps. But we got dirt draft hot laps. You know, it counts in the Lucas Oil Series.
Did you get logged into Dirt Draft?
I can't get on. I'm on the app.
Oh my gosh!
I've got I went to Google Play, right? I go to Google Play.
Hey James, maybe it's your Facebook password. What's your Facebook password again?
No, I can confirm that is not it. I actually have the username and password for James's Dirt Draft account.
Yeah.
So
it's not 1, 2, 3, 4 either, by the way.
Not anymore. It's not.
It's not. Now it's just password 1 with an exclamation point after
it's
it.
Not.
Because you got
to. Norris wanted to know if it's gondola. Is it gondola?
It's a gondolic.
Gondolic or gondola.
So how about these passwords, by the way? I mean, it's uppercase letter, lowercase letter, Egyptian hieroglyphic, blood of a virgin. Like, you just, I mean, you just, come on. My bank account password is my Starbucks password is more secure than my bank account. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
But you're getting an extended warranty on this Ford Dodge Ranger.
I get one more call.
The engine light's been on since 1980.
Warranty on my car.
All right, Shannon Babb's out there. Robbie Hensley, 3-time Thornton Speedway track champion, the 21H car. Also out there be the 8 out of Swan, Ohio, to be Rob Anderzak. The 25, he'll be our first qualifier tonight. Out of Zebulon, Georgia, to be Shane Clanton. The 29 in Tony Jackson Jr.'s capital will be Darrell Lanigan out of Union, Kentucky. The P3 will be Josh Richards. Not T3G, but P3.
Josh, did you just say Josh Richards?
Josh Robertson.
I think you said Josh Richards.
I might have said Josh Richards. We miss you, Josh. We hope you're back soon to here at Eldora. Josh Robertson out of Defiance. Well, Billy Moyer, the 847 career wins, the only 6-time World 100 winner, and the Tim and Patty Lance Longhorn. Dustin Nobby, the 5N out of Batesville, Indiana. The 58, Garrett Alberson, now out of Dubuque, Iowa. Or Dubuque, New Mexico, according to our screen last night, right?
Yes.
7 of Ricky Weiss, he's out of Henningley, Manitoba, Canada. And Johnny Scott, the 1ST, out of Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Or Las Cruces, Iowa.
Could be.
You see what I did down here,
Even though
James?
the race shop is in Crossville, Tennessee.
Yes.
That Randy Weaver owns 3/4 of that
Randy
County.
Weaver owns all of Crossville,
He
Tennessee,
does.
so that's pretty to see this.
$15 a day to park your semi.
I pulled the.
Whoa.
I pulled the ice pack out of my cooler down here to keep the beverages brought up to us. Cool.
I got you.
Yep.
I got you.
Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thought it was one of those new electric batteries for the new
Billy Moyer.
electric cars.
Well, this is a family-rated program. Billy Moyer, the fastest driver in this first session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 1:09.530. Obviously, that track is going to get quicker as Hot Laps roll on. Johnny Scott second quick. Garrett Alberson third quick. Group number 2. Again, this is Group A. Hot lapping right now. Hot laps do not pay a dime or a toilet water. Second session of cars in Group A, James, now making their way on the Speedway.
That about the number 5, the Savage Chassis. That'll be Mark Whitener, the Magic Man out of Middleburg, Florida. In the Savage Chassis, Jason Welshan down there in Tennessee.
I saw
The
Jason
only
Welshan
Savage-
in the pits
You did?
yesterday. Yes.
You did.
He will be back at the Gateway Dirt Nationals, by the way.
That's cool.
Yes.
Always good to see him, especially on driver's introductions.
Yes,
Obviously.
absolutely.
Also out on the track, the 1C, that'll be Kenny Collins. He's out of Colbert, Georgia. The blue and white number 1, the Valvoline Rocket House car, Brandon Shepard out of New Berlin, Illinois. Trying to win the World 100 for the first time in his career.
The former Dream winner, the 2019 Dream winner, Corey Hedgecock out of Loudon, Tennessee, behind him. In the 23, Steve Casebolt out of Richmond, Indiana, in the Suds equipment. Did I do that right?
You did fine
Thank
in the
you.
Rocket Cornet
Yes.
out of Richmond, Indiana. Now there's Kenny Collins here on the main straightaway in the 1C. Also, John Hodgkiss is out there, right?
No.
No, he's not.
Nope, he is not.
Where is he at? He is not out there. The former Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway.
The other black and yellow car, Blenheim, Ontario, Canada's Andrew Riome in the 88.
In the blue and white 88, coming at you on the main straightaway. That'll be Trent Ivey out of Union, South Carolina.
All the
Clements-powered Longhorn.
All the 88s.
Curtis Roberts, is he out there? The Coleman Comet out of Coleman, Michigan, the veteran driver. How about Will Harrington? He's been fast every time he's been here the last year out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, in the Colton Miller-owned entry.
And Casebolt just pulled in the C9. Huh.
He wouldn't be here without us, though, because we invited him, right? We called him out. We said, well, Steve, where you at? And he said, I'm going to be there.
I'm coming, he said.
And he made the show last night.
Yes, he did. Yeah. We should get a portion of his winnings from last night.
You can do that from now on. File his entry by text message to Dustin
Venmo. You can Venmo us part of that. I feel like, James, you do not have Venmo or Cash App or no.
I can't spell Venmo.
You still write checks, right?
Yeah,
you seem like a check writer.
Yes, I do.
I know you so well. You're a check writer.
I still write checks. Yes, I do.
You are a check writer.
Yes, thank you.
It's a sign that we've been working together way too long. Brandon Overton, the top. Boy, track really coming around on this hot lap session, James. 19.5 was the fastest in the last group. Nearly 3 seconds taken off that. Brandon Overton with a 1:67.97. Brandon Shepard with a 1:69.62. And Kenny Collins with a 17.423. So Brandon atop the leaderboard right now in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And the third wave of warm-ups for Group A about to roll onto the Speedway.
$12,650 in the 50-50. You can see how my new eyes are working pretty good there without glasses. There.
Did you get Greg Deathridge Optics?
He's been in contact with me. He wants on the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame voting committee. Just because I put you and Ben on there, which. If you want to be on there, just message me, folks. If you're we vet everybody on there. Just to make sure you're legitimate. Yes, we vet them.
You vet everybody.
Yes, we vet everybody. If you want to, it's such an honor to be on there, though, to be on the Hall of Fame voting committee. So just message me on Facebook or on Twitter. And
James's phone number, by the way, is 812-5.
Oh my. But anyway, no, we welcome all the fans. I mean, there's a lot of great fans out there that follow racing, and they always come up to us, and they'd like to be a part of it. Part of the voting committee, and we'll be announcing our class for 2023 coming up at the Dirt Track World Championship at Portsmouth, Ohio next month. So always an honor and a pleasure to be a part of that.
Oh, we just lost our the camera on the bottom left right there, those watching at home on FloRacing, we lost it for like 3 seconds.
Brandon Overton, 16797, as you mentioned. They're working down there on the Sniper Vic Hill Dryden of Ricky Weiss. $55,000 to win here tomorrow night. Last year, Brandon Overton won the 51st on a Thursday. Jonathan Davenport won the 50th on a Saturday.
And explain again why you said it well yesterday. I mean, we still get questions. Man, why was the 51st before the 50th?
Because
it's actually fairly simple.
Right after the 2019 race, right? And then we have the pandemic in 2020.
COVID, right.
They sold all the tickets. I think that what did they become available in December?
Right.
They send out the
whenever the schedule
ticket
is
request
released,
and the renewals and all of that. Well, of course, obviously we didn't have it in 2020. We replaced it with a couple of races, the Stream in June and the Intercontinental Classic in September. So then they thought, well, all these people bought these tickets. They may not be able to be here on a Wednesday or Thursday.
It's just a logistical nightmare.
Logistical nightmare. So we'll keep it on a Saturday and run the 51st, on there. So actually, Brandon Overton can become a back-to-back winner because he won the 51st. He could win the 52nd. But
so that would technically mean that he would win 5 Eldora Crown Jewels in a row.
Unbelievable.
If that would happen, right?
Unbelievable.
I mean,
we'll see what happens. I mean,
never been done before.
You know how you and I, we always love new winners.
Right.
But I mean, Jonathan Davenport's just,
okay, put you on the spot. Outside of Chris Madden, if there were to be a new winner tomorrow, outside of Madden, I think he's the odds-on favorite to be a new winner. Outside of Madden, who do you think has the best chance?
I'll go with McCready.
Okay. Can I go?
Okay. You go ahead, Ben.
Well, he's not a new winner, though.
Well, not a new winner. Okay. Obviously Hudson and the low-hanging fruit, as you would say. Man, that's.
I'm gonna go Chris Ferguson.
Okay.
Sure.
Good.
Sure.
Good pick. Good pick.
Brandon,
Can I get in on this?
You go right ahead.
Is he from Gondolick or?
I talked to Mark Richards today, who's not from Gondolick, but I talked to Mark Richards today. I think Brandon Shepard has a good shot.
Okay.
Sure.
Low-hanging fruit.
He's from Shinston. Mark's from Shinston.
No, those are all good picks. Those are all.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about, you think Devin Moran can finally shake that $1 million curse? It can happen. And by the way, if you've not yet done so, I highly, highly encourage you to watch the $1 million curse. It's I'd call it a documentary on FloRacing. It's really, I'm going to say it. It's really freaking good. Like it is very. It's as good as any documentary you'd see on Netflix or TV or whatever else. The crew that did that, and I was not a part of that. It's really, really good. So if you get a chance, watch the $1 million curse documentary about the Moran family. I mean, it's good, well worth your time, and I think it's something that race fans as a whole can greatly appreciate. James, next group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps are on the Speedway.
The 20 RT down there, Ricky Thornton Jr., the Big River Steel Longhorn. Now out of Martinsville, Indiana, there's the veteran. That is Jeep Van Wormer out of Pinconning, Michigan, and his Longhorn, Jay Dickens. Two-time track champion here at Eldora Speedway. Back in 2007 and 2012, the 995 will be Manny Falcon Jr.
Hey, guys, real quick on Manny Falcon Jr.
Yes.
The hee-haw on the car, his granddad had a 1931 Model A dragster called Hee-Haw, and when he passed away in his honor, he put that on his race car, and he left the car to Manny, so Manny has that car still.
It's awesome. Always great stories. The 22 Nick Finner out of Morenci, Michigan. The 39 Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York. Jeff Robertson out of Defiance, Ohio. The PO car. The 57 Henry, South Carolina. Zach Mitchell. Kyle Bronson, the 40B. Out of Brandon, Florida. Kent Robinson, the 7R. Out of Bloomington, Indiana. Terry Rushlow, the 63. Devin Gilpin, the 1G out of Columbus, Indiana. Here in Group 3 hot laps. In Group A, they'll all qualify against each other, divide them up into 4 heats, invert 4 in each heat. And again, the heat races 10 laps. The top 5 will advance. Kyle Bronson, now Kent Robinson at 16.259. Now Tim McCready, now Jeep Van Worm. How about this? It's really picking up.
Oh my.
Zach Mitchell.
You can't even keep up.
No. Zach Mitchell, 16.052. 16052 for the Henry, South Carolina driver. Jeep Van Wormer, 16.236.
Hey, Mike Norris, what did you learn about Terry Rushlow today that was falsely stated yesterday by DJ?
Yeah, Dustin Jarrett. By the way, I was supposed to bust Bust your chops today. Mr. Terry Rushlow is in fact related
to
to
Tim Rushlow, one of my favorite bands of all time. So Tim Rushlow was the lead singer of Little Texas for a long time.
Do the research. He is a cousin to Terry Rushlow.
So here's my look. I'm gonna throw out my '90s country nerdism to you here. Tim Rushlow was the lead singer for Little Texas for really a long time throughout their quote-unquote glory years. He went off. He had a solo career. Registered a top 10 hit as Tim Rushlow, a solo artist. He started a band that they actually called Rushlow. They recorded an album, had some hits, and then he got with his cousin Donnie Harris and released a few singles as the duo Rushlow Harris. Now Tim Rushlow is part of the Frontmen, a country group with himself, the former lead singer of Restless Heart, and the former lead singer of Lone Star, and they have a group called the Frontmen of Country, Ben Shelton.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Tim Rushlow came to have a restraining order against Dustin Jarrett.
Wow, that could be a CMT documentary right there.
That's good stuff.
Lone Star, I liked Lone Star. There is still a Lone Star. Yeah. Zach Mitchell right now the fastest in dirt draft hot laps. Group 4 of Group A, Rick Eckerd in the 15K car out of York, Pennsylvania. There's the 16 out of Decorah, Iowa, the Skyline Motorsports entry. That is Tyler Bruning. The J8 out of Decker, Tennessee is driven by Jaden Frame. The 49, the Nutrient Solutions Clements-powered Longhorn. That is Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia. The number 8 comes to us out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Kyle Strickler, the number 20 out of Newport, Tennessee. Jimmy Owens, the 99 out of Winfield, Tennessee. Cameron Marler, the 9Z out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. Mason Ziegler, the 6 junior. He comes to us out of Milledgeville, Georgia. Parker Martin, the 12 out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, is Jason Jamison. And the 111 out of Sylvester, Georgia, is Stephen Roberts. Right now, in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, it's Zach Mitchell, Kent Robinson, Jeep Van Wormer, Tim McCready, and Kyle Bronson. There is still a Lone Star, though.
Yes, but Richie McDonald is not the lead singer of Lone Star.
I thought that was Michael McDonald. Remember him from the Doobie Brothers?
Yes, that's a different. No, Richie McDonald is again. He's with the Frontmen of country.
I am impressed with your country music.
Why, thank you. No, that is.
How did the gig go last night? The Skull Bandit?
No, the Copenhagen.
Oh, the Copenhagen
Bandit.
I thought Harry Gant was back. Skull Bandit.
No, but it does look like
Bandit.
Harry Gant is back because my good friend Tyler Peterson out of Hickson, North Dakota, is running a Harry Gant throwback scheme.
Skull Bandit 33?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
On his Wissota Modified, yes.
That is awesome. What about Dallin Murtry? Is he?
No, Dallin Murdy, not Murtry.
Oh,
yes,
not Dallin. Poor Dallin.
And he actually won his qualifier
at Boone.
At Boone the other night. Also, speaking of Boone qualifiers, shout out to my good friend Jimmy Gustin, Ryan's brother, who picked up a win last night in his qualifier. He's got FloRacing on the back of that car. We don't sponsor him. He's just a big FloRacing fan. So, Jimmy, shout out to you, brother, and all the folks watching at Boone. Hope everyone has a good night there. No, so Tim Rushlow and it's Larry Stewart, who was the lead singer of Restless Heart, and Richie McDonald. They now have the frontmen of
I'm glad we've got that clarified.
Thank you. Yes, Jimmy Owens, the quickest now in DirtDraft.com hot
Is he
laps.
related to Buck Owens?
He is. He's got a tiger by the tail. 15.794. Mason Ziegler second quick with 1.6038, and Zach Mitchell third quick with a 1.6052. Next group of Dirt Draft hot laps, Ruben James Essex about to make their way out on the track.
Zach Brown Mitchell there third. Yes. Doing good. Now we got to let him across the track there before we close the gate back. Buddy, make it in here. One more group left to go, and then they'll be turning around here for qualifying here in a little bit after we get Group B in for hot laps. What about that crowd last night? Simply awesome. And it's hard to believe 1 year ago we ran the 51st World 100 last.
Before the 50th.
Yeah, before the 50th. And I think the crowd last night might have been bigger than that. But, man, I tell you, we're on par tomorrow night. Can we do it again? Another record. Right. We are on par for another record crowd. That would be awesome. I could feel the buzz when I walked in this afternoon. That was early today, wasn't it? About 1:30.
You can feel the buzz. You can feel the buzz. There's no doubt about that.
And it's just awesome here at Eldora. We love it.
We are definitely feeling the buzz.
We
right
got
now.
a lot of races left to go.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Not only this weekend, but for the rest of the year.
Yes. Hey, a shout out, by the way, to the Wild West Shootout. That'll be, we say the rest of this year. That's the first kind of,
it'll be before 2023. Yeah.
Pre-sale tickets, by the way, on sale at the Wild West Shootout back at Vado Speedway Park there in Vado, New Mexico. Man, Ben Shelton, what an absolutely gorgeous facility. And I don't want to sound like a homer. My goodness, the racing we had last year at Vado Speedway Park for the Wild West Shootout, arguably some of the best racing we had anywhere the entire year.
Yeah, just Royal Jones. Not only does he do a ton for racing via Mesilla Valley Transportation, I don't care if it's late models, modifieds, stock cars, sprint cars, he does it all. And he's just built a total show place down there between El Paso and Las Cruces. And looking forward to that January 7th through 15th. You can go to wildwestshootout.net, get your tickets, get some free stuff when you get them too.
You still got some Race of the Year candidates. I mean, I watched all of that. That was awesome. You guys did a great job. And you talk about after this, guys, of course, Tuesday night, you and Ben and Mike will be at Fairbury, the Castro Flow and Racing Night in America. Then I'll be at Knoxville, Iowa.
Yes.
Live here on FloRacing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then the week after that, you'll be doing a sprint car late model. You're the Chet Christner.
Easy. Now, there's only one Chet Christner.
We love Chet. We love Chet. He does a great job.
It'll be myself, Dylan Welch, and Haley Shanley calling the Sheldon Hodenshield Presents High Limit Open, the Kyle Larson Series presented by DSC Pet Products. And then, Ben, you and I, and I think Blake is going to join us that night, Wednesday at Atomic Speedway, the very next night.
Yeah, and you're not the only one catching sprint cars that weekend. I'll fly out of Atomic that next morning, go straight to Little Rock, Arkansas for the 35th Annual Comp Cam Short Track Nationals. It'll be on Flow. And it's going to be a big one. You want to make sure to be there. That's all I'll say. You don't want to miss it this year.
There will not be any screwball or fireball consumed in that press box.
Me and Tony Bachhoven about fell off our stools during the hot laps last year. You don't let Tracy Clay bring you your drink. That's all I can tell you.
I'll tell Bachhoven that next week when I see him.
Certainly sounds familiar
so
to me.
Eldora tonight, tomorrow night. Then you've got Fairbury Tuesday. Then we've got Knoxville Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all here on FloRacing. The week after that.
The week after that is not the. There's a week.
We got Brownstown. We got Brownstown the night before the Jackson on the 23rd.
The week after that, I've got like 3 volleyball matches.
Yeah, and then you've got the Wayne County
Tuesday
sprint car race.
Yes, Atomic Wednesday.
Atomic Wednesday. We got the Hillbilly 100.
You and I back together again. The Hillbilly on Thursday.
Raceway 7 Friday, and the Pittsburgher.
Yeah, and so if a person lived, close to about where I do, St. Clairsville, Ohio, or just the Cambridge, somewhere in that area, you're going to be within 2.5 or 3 hours of all 5 of those races that week. That is that's something you would normally see in Iowa in the middle of summer, and we've got it in the upper mid-Ohio Valley area at the end of September. That's pretty awesome, man.
Devin Moran out there in the number 9, Carson Ferguson in 93, Jason Fager in 25, Spencer Hughes in 11, Mike Provenzano the M27, Chris Ferguson the 22.
Double fro.
Bobby Pierce.
Fast Freddie.
Oh, he's got 3rd right now. Freddie Carpenter in that Kryptonite house car. Keegan Cox out there in the 23, Mike Marler the 157, Bobby Pierce at 15, 667 in that Pierce Platinum Vicule. Freddie Carpenter 2nd. Whoa, Nelly. Freddie Carpenter, the Vision.
The fastest ponytail, the long hair extraordinaire 2nd.
Right.
Bobby Pierce fastest now, 16667.
Right.
Fast Freddie Carpenter 2nd quick right now, 15686. What about it, Eldora, for Fast Freddie?
Just imagine if he could have won that race the other night. He had broken crank trigger, and him and Mike Marther were putting on a show, and man.
Yes, they were. Spencer Hughes 3rd quick, 15780. Jimmy Owens 4th quick. Carson Ferguson 5th. Chris Ferguson 6th. James next group of drivers.
Yep.
Yes, that'll do it for Group A hot laps.
I'm pumped up now.
Sponsored by Dirt Draft. Do you need another Pepsi over there?
Pepsi, Mountain Dew, 7-Up, Sprite, whatever you got, buddy. Where's my Aqua water?
Oh, my.
That's the same thing, though, aqua and water, right?
I've got my water down here on ice.
You do, with 2 straws. Okay, Michael Chilton in 97. There's the 10 car, Garrett Smith. Good run for him here last night out of Eatonton, Georgia. Michael Chilton out of South Isaac, Kentucky. There you saw the 28 coming at you. Current World of Outlaws late model series points leader Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois. And the 11 car, the On the Blocks Spike Dice, Sinesis Construction entry of Josh Rice out of Verona, Kentucky. The 22 car out of Indiana, Pennsylvania, Greg Satterley. The 51 out of Coldwater, Michigan, that is Dean Carpenter. The 83 in a Masters built car out of Johnson City, Tennessee, Jensen Ford. There's Michael Chilton. The 16 is Steve Sabo, the veteran out of Fremont, Ohio. And coming at you down the main straightaway in the 23, former World 100 winner, the Constitution Party entry. That is John Blankenship in 23. Do not see Will Rowland out there. Bob Gardner has been mentioned as scratched in car 4. So Jensen Ford, of course, he's usually in his TNT car, the fastest mullet, but the McCarter brothers entry, Jim Beeman, Tater Masters over there helping out in the pit area in that 83 car. He was at top 5 in one of the features on Wednesday night before the Dream and had the brakes fail. Got that corrected.
And rallied for a top 10 in the Dream, right? No, sorry.
No, he was not in the Dream.
Sorry. I was looking. I had Brian
if he was
Shirley.
in the Dream, he wouldn't have been in the one race.
Yes, sorry.
It's fine. You're fine.
Brian
You're fine.
Shirley up on my screen. And
he was in the top 10 of the Dream.
He was in the top 10.
Yeah, Brian Shirley.
And I'll just be honest, my brain wires were crossed.
You're doing fine, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. And a good gondolick to you, too.
Yeah. You ever been to Mudlick?
I have been to Mudlick. That was where that low 50-50 was. I mean, this has been years ago, right? Like, this is 20 years ago.
I saw somebody say on Twitter they were at a track at $17 one night.
I did. I saw that one, too.
Did you see that one, too?
We are well above that tonight, closing in on $15,000 for the winner's share of the 50-50. And again, if you are here on the grounds, you can buy those tickets from any one of the ticket sellers. If you are anywhere in the state of Ohio, including not on the grounds, watching on FloRacing, you can get those tickets at Eldora5050.com. Now, real quick, James, a little bit of confusion, and we've mentioned this several times, but again, just to put it on the record, the color of your ticket does not mean anything. We might say, whatever color ticket, that doesn't mean anything. The number on the ticket is what matters. The color, it doesn't mean, all the tickets are all the same. Okay, they got 16 different colors of tape down there to print the numbers off on. It's the number. It's the number of the ticket that matters. Color does not matter.
But the color of your car, if you're illegally parked, does matter.
Yeah, that time that guy parked on the helipad. And that was like the white Pontiac Sunfire, the white Chevy Cobalt or something, right?
We've not had a sheriff's deputy come up tonight. Anybody parked out here on 118 or?
I like the one last night that was just someone's car was parked in the lot.
That's right.
It did.
There was a ton of people there, and there's going to be a ton of people there the next 2 nights as the next group ready to roll out. Right now, Josh Rice, 15-3-1 in that Rick Jones-owned Rocket. Well, he had a good run in the Dream Bend. He got all the way to third, Dustin.
Yes, he did.
I think he restarted 11th, and he had a good run going in that car.
Yeah, and he felt real good about it. And we talked about last night, talking while they were changing engines yesterday, the fender started getting into the tire and rubbed it bald, basically, the right front. So by late in the race, he had no tread left on that right front. It turns out here, you need that right front to lean on.
Yeah, we won't mention the shipping company that shipped his motor from J. Dickens in Mississippi and it ended up in New York, right?
It was not Osterhoff Vinyl Fence Company that shipped it.
No, they would have been.
It was not.
On time.
On time every time.
On time every time.
Except that one time.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
Greg Satterley right now second, 15-4-8-1. And Ben, Greg Satterley hurt his, the car that he ran in the top 5 at Port Royal the week before that, then had some issues last week at Bedford. And are they still in the backup car?
Yeah, they are. It hurt that other car pretty bad. It rang Greg's bell pretty hard, too. He didn't even know if he was going to race at Port Royal that night. He's feeling kind of nauseous. Paid off, though, went and won $7,333. How about Greg? He has been a terror in the Northeast this year. 10 wins at 8 different tracks, and these big tracks really fit his driving style.
Yeah, Robbie Allen, the crew chief on that. As you see the next group, Victor Lee out there, the Danny Hatcher, number 6, driving Carson Hocevar. His car, the Kryptonite, that'll be Tyler Carpenter out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Carson Hocevar, I believe, has a Truck Series race tonight. That's in Kansas. Is that what I believe they're in Kansas this weekend. The 2-car, the Warrior car, that is John Henderson out of North Augusta, South Carolina. The 17, the Tim Short Auto Group Longhorn of Tim Dome. Casey Noonan, the 1N out of Sylvania, Ohio. The 71 DS of Drew Smith. The 20C of Dwayne Chamberlain out of Richmond, Indiana. The 25 out of Salem, West Virginia, Mike Benedum. And the 18 out of Manhattan, Kansas, Chase Younghans. The 354 out of White Pigeon, Michigan is Chris Nash. So Carson Hocevar making his dirt late model debut on Wednesday night. And Tyler Carpenter, of course, that car is owned by Nice Motorsports. That is the truck ride that Tyler got by winning the Gateway Nationals last December in St. Louis.
For the second year in a row,
yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, 2-time and defending winner of that race.
By the way, right now on pace for a record number of entries at the Gateway Dirt Nationals.
Live here on FloRacing.
That is on live on FloRacing, yes. It is.
And some of these entries
are very.
We're digging deep, guys.
There's definitely some gondolics in there.
That's good. Hey, a regular Saturday night guy, he's got a shot there. You never know, do you? I mean, it's just that kind of a track. No arrow push there, is there?
That's right. No arrow push there. You mentioned it, James Josh Rice, right now the quickest in dirt draft hot laps. If you've not yet done so, set those dirtdraft.com fantasy lineups that will close after qualifying here this evening. If you are not yet a dirtdraft.com subscriber, if you're a new subscriber, you get a free t-shirt, either a FloRacing t-shirt, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Tezos All-Star Circuit of Champions, or USAC t-shirt if you sign up here today.
Do I see a cushion out there?
You definitely see a different color of brown. Yes. I will say that.
Josh Rice.
But Tyler Carpenter,
yes,
jumping up to third fastest.
Yeah, Dad was second fastest in Group A. Go ahead, Ben.
It's a Carpenter kind of night. Well, Randy Weaver through hot laps. What do you see out of this racetrack so far?
Well, it just started out so wet that everybody had us, really hug the bottom because they're afraid about getting up there and getting in the wall. And if you can notice in each corner, you've got about 2 car widths of the good brown stuff still left. I don't know if it's going to build a cushion or not, but it's going to take it longer to move up than it has the past 2 nights. So that's going to be interesting, especially for these qualifying, and then of course the first heat races. That's going to be a pretty wide open racetrack.
Weather.com's got Jim Cantori. We have Randy Weaver. There you go. There's your update down here on the track conditions.
Thanks, Ben, Randy, Mike, everybody doing a great job down there on the track. Now the 3S out of Chatham, Illinois, the Bob and Lisa Cullen Rocket. That'll be Brian Shirley. In the Riggs Motorsports 81 car, that'll be Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee. The 17 car, blue and white 17, that'll be Jeremy Creech. He's out of Richmond, Indiana. The 29 out of Pataskil, Ohio is Clint Keenan. The 145 out of Canal, Winchester, Ohio is Chase Fronapple. The 11 celebrating his 30th birthday today, the Napa Lucas Oil car of Gordy Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri. The 5-star out of Ionia, Michigan is Bryant Dickinson. The best performance number 1 out of New Waverly, Texas is Tyler Erb. The 2S out of Las Cruces, New Mexico is Stormy Scott. The 20W, that is Justin White. And the 130 in the Osterhoff Fence-sponsored car out of Kankakee, Illinois is Chase Osterhoff.
No, he's out of Osterhoff Vinyl Fence Incorporated, Illinois.
Close enough. I believe the zip code is 61729, and I'm going just by memory. Tell me if I'm right. Just message me if I'm right on that. If I'm right, I would.
What'd you say it was?
I think it's 61729.
For,
I'm not
for K3?
Remember, I did a Brownstown mailing list and a Lucas Oil mailing list for years, so I remember all these. They were handwritten back in the day.
Better than
I know
George Costanza.
Fairbury 61739, so you're got to be pretty close, James.
What'd you say it was?
61729. What is it?
No, 60.
Oh, 60.
Actually, there's a couple. 60901 and 60915.
Okay, I was off by a little bit.
What did you say that it was?
It's 609.
Yeah, but you said it was 61 something.
I thought it was
right?
619 something.
619.
But it's not. It's 609 something.
No, go ahead. 6191. I'm going to see what the zip code is. I want to see what that is.
All right, Josh Rice here in dirt. Two more groups after this.
You picking out some other small town up there near
I could tell you about all the Indiana zip codes, obviously.
near Kankakee, Illinois, or what?
Kankakee, Illinois.
I mean, you might have been thinking of Limestone.
I was up there when Tony Izzo Sr. ran the place.
Maybe it's Sun River Terrace. Maybe that's
Billy
their zip code.
Nippenberg Jr. promoting now. Right now, it's still Josh Rice, Greg Satterley, Tyler Carpenter, Dennis Herb Jr., Chase Younghands. 2 more groups to go. Then Group A qualifying will be coming up.
Maybe Clifton, Illinois zip code, the one you're thinking of.
Okay, but Kankakee 60901 or something like that. Yeah, we're close. You know. There you have it. All right, the next group.
Yes.
Scott Bloomquist in the 0 car out of Mooresburg, Tennessee. The 39M, that'll be Brandon Moore. The 71C out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, R.J. Conley. The 46 out of Jacksonville, Florida, Earl Pearson Jr. The 11 out of Russellville, Arkansas, John Kirby. The 17 SS out of Dade City, Florida, Brendan Smith. The 3 in Rick DeLong's entry out of 8, Ohio, John Henry. The 101 out of Jefferson City, Tennessee, Forrest Trent. The 19R of Ryan Guston out of Marshalltown, Iowa. There you see Scott Bloomquist down there, the Petrov Towing, Hot Rod Septic Vic Hill Power Plant. 607 career wins, 8-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner, 4-time World 100 winner.
What's the other one there on the left? I've been trying to figure out which one that is. Our man Adam's doing a good job there. There he is swinging around. Oh, it's Dakota Knuckles.
Dakota Knuckles.
Yes. Adam, great job, by the way. Great job, Adam. Good
all
stuff.
of our videographers and cameras doing a phenomenal job all weekend long.
I mean, these folks are looking through a 2-inch by 2-inch screen the entire time while listening to producer, listening to the broadcast, and listening to about 10 other things. It is not an easy job, Ben Shelton.
No, and Adam does a great job. Now, what we learned he doesn't do a great job at was back at the Wild Boys shootout. We had a basketball court in the house.
Correct.
And it was like he was furious with the ball, and he was punishing the backboard with it. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, we played tip horse several nights.
We almost killed a Hall of Famer and Steve Gickus playing tip horse.
We almost killed ourselves as well.
Who won the horse game with you and Billy Moyer Jr. last year on the road to Eldora? Who won that?
He beat me, but he was light at the scales, so by default I won.
How about Billy Moyer Jr. Coaching wiffle ball league? Basketball, what grade are they in, like 5th or 6th graders?
Yeah, he is real active in the local community there, and that's one reason he doesn't race as much as maybe he'd like, because he does a lot to support the different youth groups in that area and coaches a lot of teams. But Billy, we got to get you back to the dream next year, buddy. We need you up here.
Yeah, he's not here. He's got a pickleball tournament this weekend, probably.
Well, it was a professional wiffle ball tournament, I think. So
that's awesome. Bring back jarts.
Jarts.
We need a jarts. My good buddy Dave Barton. I know he's here. He's from. He's living down in Florida now, but he found a game of jarts that I think his mom had or something years ago, and they brought it out. They had bought it whatever was before Target. Airway, I think it was, maybe in Indiana.
What the hell is an Airway? What is this?
It was before Target. I'm just telling you right now.
Do they have electricity
Dave,
or no?
you know what I'm talking about.
Well, you know
brother.
what jarts is, Ben, right?
Yeah.
They outlawed them. They outlawed them because
so many people. I mean, it's my lord, you're throwing
people got injured,
throwing weapons at people.
Yes.
Lots of animals were injured.
Look, when I was a kid, we used to throw the jart up in the air, close our eyes, spin around in a circle, and then try to be the first person to determine where it landed. Like you had to go find, it was like a scavenger hunt.
Sometimes your head was the answer. Sometimes it was in your head.
Yes. That's right.
They did outlaw them. They quit making them.
Look, we were not exactly intelligent kids back in the day.
Oh, my goodness. You rode your bike till 10 o'clock at night. Didn't have any worries, did you?
That's absolutely. I would ride my bicycle to the gas station in town and buy baseball cards. That was my...
I love it.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
50 cents. 50 cents you buy baseball cards.
You didn't put them on the spokes of the wheels and, ruin them, did you?
You would know, but you would buy baseball cards, and Topps was so generous, they would give you a stick of gum in that baseball card that was straight out of 1822. It was about like eating a piece of concrete.
It was awesome.
And I bet there's folks out there watching. Look, hit us up on Twitter. If you remember the gum that came in baseball cards, You were so excited to get it, but my God, that was the worst gum in the world.
Well, also, if it was on the bottom, obviously, or I think it was on the front, I mean, it would mess up the top card because it would be stuck to it.
Well, if it got too hot wherever you bought it, it would actually peel off. You would have you'd have a picture of Ryan Sandberg on the back of a stick of gum.
But it was that whole definition of insanity where you would continue to try to eat it and you knew what it was going to do.
10 minutes later, the flavor of that gum lasted slightly less than Big League Chew. You put a whole wad of Big League Chew in your mouth, and 10 minutes later, it was like you were chewing on oats.
And then you put that down, you go get a bowl of Captain Crunch, and it destroys the roof of your mouth. I mean, a lot of these toys and food we had back then could actually end you. It could bring you to an end.
My dentist loved me. Now, DJ, you're 4 years old. Time for your 20-second filling.
Captain Crunch.
Yes.
That might be on the Mount Rushmore of cereal.
Oh, it's not even a question. That Lucky Charms, let's go.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah. But it was the Captain.
Do you remember Quisp?
Quisp?
Yes, do you remember Quisp? Kevin, do you remember Quisp? Kevin remembers Quisp.
Was that?
It was the little. It was.
I thought that was
like a
game
little
on
round shaped cereal.
I thought that was a game on Windows 95. Quisp. I think I played Quisp on the Atari 2600.
Remember, everything used to be sugar, Frosted Flakes, Super Sugar Crisp. Remember that?
Are we talking crisp or quisp? I'm so confused.
All right.
What?
Oh, my
Are we
goodness.
talking?
Meanwhile, back at Eldora. Randy Weaver, what has happened here? What's going on, my friend?
It must be those drinks they got up there. I'm telling you, we're down here slaving, and the bad part is I remember half of that, so I know where James is coming from.
Only half of it, though, James, not all of it.
Hey, remember this, though. Randy was born in Indiana, right, Randy? You're a fellow Hoosier.
Yeah, I was born in Muncie, Indiana, and grew up at all the asphalt tracks over there. But so I remember some of the stuff up here around the Hoosier part of the world.
Did you ever go to an Airways?
I missed out on that. I was more of the coast to coast and those type of deals.
All right, it's just you, James. You could be making it up. We can't prove it or deny it.
Oh, one more.
How did you spell quit? Was that Q-U?
Q-U-I-S-P.
I remember Qbert. Played right? The little guy that got that tried to, you tried to jump up the pyramid-shaped thing, like a snake-looking, right? Qbert. The Atari, do you have the Atari 2600 or the Atari 7800, James? One was like the joystick, one was like the paddle.
I had Pong and Pac-Man.
I got a Pong T-shirt. I've got a Pong T-shirt. I'll bring it tomorrow. I brought it with me. I got a Pong T-shirt. It's one of the best investments I've ever made.
Tony Stewart knows what I'm talking about, the airway in Columbus, Indiana, that later became a Target. He knows what I'm talking about.
Is he here tonight? I saw him last night.
He's been around the last 3 days. I haven't seen him tonight, but he knows what I'm talking about.
I saw Tony last night, and he came up and shook my hand, patted me on the back, and he said, "Oh, we fired you a long time ago." He said,
you know how
karma back.
In Columbus, Indiana, they had a racetrack. They closed it down. They built a mall. The mall is now out of business. So we need to bring the racetrack back,
racetrack
right?
back,
Karma's a bear sometimes.
Absolutely. Sell Quisp at the racetrack.
That's right.
Josh Rice has the fastest time with one group left to hot lap after this one here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 153.81. James, we know that hot laps pays absolutely nothing. Chris Madden now to the top of the leaderboard with a 152.68. Rice, Satterley, Carpenter, and EPJ Dale McDowell. We mentioned it on race day. McDowell needs a good run tonight, James. He's second quick right now with a 153.65. Dale McDowell did not make the show last night, so he needs a good run tonight and hope maybe for an invert on the Wheel of Misfortune later. James, he finished in the top 10 in the Dirt Late Model Dream on Wednesday. Do you know how many straight top 10s Dale McDowell has in Eldora Crown Jewel races? Not counting the replacements.
I watched your video. Was it 17?
It was. Now it's 18. 18
awesome.
Straight. Again, not counting those replacement races. 18 straight top 10 finishes in the Dream and World 100.
That's impressive. Like Mike Marlar's streak back there from, June to July?
Right, 21
straight top 5.
10,
yeah,
top fives.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice. All right, the cars coming across the track. Group A qualifying will be coming up next. These drivers will be in the 24-card feature for them, but they got to get there first. Again, we'll have a total of 5 heat races, right? Yeah, 5 heat races.
What?
Right?
No, there's 4.
There's 4 heat races. Sorry, there's 4 heat races. 10 laps apiece. The top 5 transfer.
Yeah, there you go.
And in 2Bs, the top 2 out of each one transfer.
Yes.
No provisionals tonight, only tomorrow night.
This is James's first race to ever announce. It's okay. Give him a.
You're still hung up on that quiz.
Hey, you know what? I am. And I've seen a lot of folks that have tweeted their flow seat already, James.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tweeted your flow seat yet? That is a no. If you have not yet done so and you're watching at home, let us know where you're watching from. Use the hashtag #TweetYourFlowSeat. And we say it in every race. It goes. It probably goes to every repeating. We'll say it again. Number one, we do not get an opportunity to give shout-outs on the air usually. We're balls to the wall from the time we start until the time we end. Number two, if you send me a text, that's fantastic. If you tell me something is wrong, I don't get an opportunity to read it until 1 in the morning. But third and most importantly, we like seeing the man caves, the she sheds, and all of that kind of stuff. So tweet your flow seat. Let us know where. There it is. There's Quisp. I see it. Thank you, CJ, whoever sent that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will step out before we get underway with qualifying for a quick set of commercial breaks. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will have qualifying from the 52nd running of the World 100 live here on FloRacing.
I am Ben Buzzy. I am Tyler Buzzy. And we are the future of Buzzy Racing.
You think they'll jump in the business too?
Yeah, I think so. They love racing too.
Yes. Yeah. Racing is one of my passions because my dad and my grandpa work there.
One thing I can hope is we were there with our dad. Hopefully what we've taught them and they can take it and teach their kids, it continues to go.
Located in Parkersburg, West Virginia, Dave Poske's Performance Parts is the premier parts store in the Ohio River Valley, housing all of the world's top name brands in motorsports. Dave Poske's Performance Parts is also home to Octane Race Products and Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley. And rest assured, we have what you need to get you on the track and into victory lane. Ordering is fast, easy, and simple, and can ship directly to your doorstep. Visit Dave Poske's Performance Parts online at Posky.com or give us a call at 1-800-430-RACE. Dave Poske's Performance Parts, serving the Ohio River Valley and racers across the country since 1978.
Are you looking for a new race car hauler, work trailer, or easy-go golf cart? What about something dependable? How about buying from someone you can depend on? Contact Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts today. They're a certified Featherlight dealer with all kinds of trailers and other products to fit your needs. Located just 2 hours north of downtown Indianapolis, they serve all of northern Indiana as well as the surrounding region. And guess what? Elliott's will deliver your trailer or cart anywhere in the U.S. Now that's what I call customer service. No matter where you're from or what you're looking for, the goal is always the same: ultimate customer satisfaction. So don't wait. Contact Elliott's today and find a trailer or golf cart that fits your needs.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday night portion of the 52nd Annual World 100 here at Eldora. Those of you that are watching at home, you're watching live on FloRacing. There's a great look at just an absolutely outstanding crowd on hand once again here this evening. And, James, we are just about to get underway with Group A qualifying here this evening. DirtDraft.com hot laps are finished. This is one of your final opportunities, by the way. You have not yet done this. This is one of your final opportunities to set your DirtDraft.com fantasy lineups. James, have you got logged into Dirt Draft? No, you have not.
No, but I've got it on my phone. But
Okay.
I know.
I'll tell you what, being the good friend
do.
I am, maybe I'll go. I know your username and password because Clint all sent it to me. I'll set.
I gotta have my timing and scoring now.
There may or may not be a $10 side bet going on which one of us has the better Dirt Draft lineup here this evening.
Shane Clan will be up first out of Zebulon, Georgia, the 47-year-old, the Skyline Motorsports Capital Clements, and the 8 out of Swanton, Ohio, 35-year-old Rob Andersack of the Longhorn Gressman, and the 18 out of Maweekwa, Illinois, 48-year-old Shannon Babb, the Longhorn Vic Hill. Here comes the former Dirt Lame on a Dream and World 100 winner, Shane Clan, lap 1 tonight.
Lap number 1 for Shane Clanton, 1:59.63. First lap time for Rob Andersack, 1:77.66. And the first lap time for Shannon Babb, fast time, 1:54.75. Second and final lap time for the Zebulon, Georgia driver Shane Clanton, not as good. 16.488 second lap time for Rob Anders. Zach, a little better. 16.206. He's still third. Second lap time for Shannon Babb. Not as good. He stays fastest. The time to beat the Moequa Missile. Shannon Babb lays down the early quick lap. In FK Rod Ends Time Trials James with a 1:5.475.
Landon the Olson Explosives, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Truck Country, Carolina Concrete Finishing, Super K Express, Bennett Explosives, Penske Shocks, Base Fuels, Go Lithium, Anders Zach of the Tri-County Tire, 10 Mile Creek Excavating, APC Motorsports, Babb, and the Dynagrow Seed, Petro Towing, Keebler Ultra Oil, CJI Piping and Fabrication, Donley Trucking, Robbie Inslee, three-time Florence Speedway Track Champion of the Mex, 35 years old out of Walton, Kentucky, the Rocket Pro Power. Followed by the 29 out of Union, Kentucky, it'll be 52-year-old Darrell Lanigan and the Tony Jackson Jr. Capital Cornet. And the P3 out of Defiance, Ohio, it'll be 34-year-old Josh Robertson. He's in the Team Zero Eichenauer Racing Engines entry.
The big show, Robbie Hensley, his first lap, fourth quick, 1:6.553. First lap time for Darrell Lanigan. Good lap, James, 15.648. That's good enough for second quick. And the first lap time for Josh Robertson, sixth quick out of 6, 1:7.437. Second lap time for Robbie Hensley, better. He'll stay fourth, 16.111. Second lap time for Darrell Lanigan, a hair better, 1:5.585. He stays second. And the second and final lap time for Defiance, Ohio's Josh Robertson, also a little better, but he'll stay sixth, 1:7.297. Shannon Babb still the time to beat, 15.475.
Josh Robertson, the Sam Schweitzer Realty, Eichenauer Racing, Robertson Family Racing entry, Lanigan and the Willard Quarries, Gorsuch Performance Solutions, Penske Shocks, Lanigan Construction, iBox Springs, Stop Tech Brakes, and Daily Construction, Hensley and the iDrive Auto Sales, Wingate Crane Services, America Home Leasing, Strong's Brick Oven, Kentucky Auto Service, Smooth Move Realtors, and Triple Crown Chiropractic. Billy Moyer, six-time World 100 winner, the 64-year-old at Batesville, Arkansas, the Tim and Patty Lance, Longhorn Clements, Digital Copy Systems, Lloyd's Waste Systems. Also, Carl Auto Group. In Mesilla Valley Transportation, the 5-in out of Batesville, Indiana, 26-year-old Dustin Nobby and the Rocket Clements, Nobby Mower Shop, Spencer's Leading Landscape, C-Tech, Colin Signs, and the 58 out of Dubuque, Iowa, 33-year-old Garrett Alberson, the Roberts Racing Black Diamond Clements.
You got through those quick. Good job, Dustin Nobby, seventh quick, 1:6.833. Garrett Alberson bumps him. GA is going to be fifth quick with a 1:6.077. Second lap time for Billy Moyer. He was fourth quick on lap one. He'll stay there. His best lap, lap one, 1:5.965. Dustin Nobby jumps up to third quick now with a 15.961. Garrett Alberson, second lap, not as good. He'll stay sixth. Shannon Babb, Darrell Lanigan, Dustin Nobby. Now your top three after 9 qualifiers in Group A.
Alberson, the Mississippi Valley Transportation, Romer Machine and Welding, Nutrient Solutions, Sunoco, Dunright TV, Lucas Oil Products, Starved Rock Wood Products, Live Claff Love, Mitchell Rance 58, the 7 will be out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada. 33-year-old Ricky Weiss in the Sniper Vic Hill, Dryden Performance Products, J&C Properties, G-Style Transport, Turk Enterprises, LG Transport, Derrick Sandblasting, Keewatin Truck Center, Collins Brothers Towing, Wiesner Trucking, RDW Recycling, Penske Shocks, Go Lithium, followed by the 1ST out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, 32-year-old Johnny Scott in the Longhorn Clements, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rancho Milagro Racing, Eagle Moon Hemp Farm and Labs, Big Deal Car Care, Ed and Truda Healy, Top of the World Ranch, Simpson Race, Penske and Slicker Graphics and Race Ranch, and the 19M out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, 26-year-old Will Harrington in the Colton Miller-owned Rocket Durham.
Ricky Weiss's first lap, third quick, 1:5.789. First lap time for Johnny Scott, seventh fastest, 1:6.043. And the first lap time for Will Harrington, 1:6.278. That is the 11th quick. Remember, he qualified well last night, not so good thus far here tonight. Ricky Weiss's second lap is better, but he'll stay third, 15.613. Second lap for Johnny Scott, better, 1:5.881. That is fourth quick. And the second lap time for Will Harrington, he bumps up to fourth quick with a 1:5.629. So Johnny Scott fifth, Will Harrington third, Will Harrington fourth, Ricky Weiss third quick, Lanigan second, Shannon Babb still the time to beat in Group A with a 1:5.475.
Will Harrington, the Turco Racing Lubricants, Yellowhammer Design and Construction, the Mercantile by Miller, Molecule, Griffin Readers, Willwood Racing, CFR Performance Parts and Fabrication, Eon Bubbles, Car Wash, Blue and White 88 out of Union, South Carolina, 27-year-old Trent Ivey, the Longhorn Clements, Ivy Construction, Highway 29 Grill, Southern Legacy, Schaefer's Oil, followed by the 76 out of Evans, Georgia, 31-year-old Brandon Overton, the Wells, Longhorn Clements, and the 1C out of Colbert, Georgia, 31-year-old Kenny Collins of the Longhorn Vic Hill, Brady Racing, Collins Signs, Coltman Farms Racing, Dirt Car Lift, sponsor Kenny Collins.
Trent Ivey, first lap time, 5th quick, 1:05.827. First lap time on the 76 of Brandon Overton. 12th fastest, James, 1:06.159. And the first lap time on Kenny Collins, he goes 12th with a 1:06.133. Second lap time for Trent Ivey, a little better, but he stays 5th, 1:05.641. Second lap time on Brandon Overton, is he better? Yes, he is. 6th fastest, 1:05.686. And the second lap time on Kenny Collins, 8th quick, he's a little better, 1:05.891. Don't forget the top 4 in each heat race are inverted. 4 heat races in Group A, James. That means the top 16 qualifiers will be inverted. After 15 qualifiers, it's still Shannon Babb atop the leaderboard.
Brandon Overton, the Wells Motorsports, All-Star Concrete, CrossFit Overton, Penske Shocks, RW Powell Construction, Garnto Southern, Convenient Lube, Easy Go, Angry Elephant, Tattoos and Piercings, Big Dog Stumping, Tree Cleanway, Clearing and Grading, VP Dirt and Mafia, all in for Miller, number 7688. Out of Blenheim, Ontario, Canada, 38-year-old Andrew Rioman, the Rocket Cornet, Westside Performance, Jay Coulter and Sons Trucking, SM Freight Industrial, Dover, also RB Construction, All-Star Performance, the C9 out of Richmond, Indiana, 44-year-old Steve Casebold in the Rocket Cornet, Suds Equipment, Poske's Performance, True Form Race Products, JE Pistons, and the number 1 out of New Berlin, Illinois, 29-year-old Brandon Shepard, the Mark Richards Racing Rocket Durham, brought to you by Valvoline.
Forgot about Fruit Stripes, James. That was also a gum that lasted about 30 seconds. Steve Casebolt, 14th quick with a 1:06.106. Brandon Shepard, second fastest, 15:506. Andrew Riom, 8th quick with a 1:05.737. That was his best lap of 2. Casebolt, second lap, 9th fastest, better, 1:05.862. Does Shep have anything for Shannon Babb? Yes, he does. You've got a new quick qualifier, Eldora Speedway out of New Berlin, Illinois. Brandon Shepard to the top of the leaderboard with a 1:53.10.
Valvoline, Sorbert, Cafrange, Sunoco, Kaiser, Select Will Services, Integra, Gunter's Honey, Petrov Towing, Rocket Pre-Owned Motors. Up next will be
the suspense.
69, yeah, John Hodgkiss. He went out there for hot laps.
That's correct.
Yeah, Keys Rock, PA for the 42-year-old Rocket Clements, Hodgkiss Lumber, Hodgkiss Construction, Nodule Solutions, Decorators, Decking, followed by the 23 at Loudon, Tennessee, 30-year-old Corey Hedgecock and the Black Diamond Eagle, W Hardscapes and Masonry, Easy Go, Noble Knights Construction, Budge, Transmission, Pace Performance, Hickory Hardscapes, the 5 at the Middleburg, Florida, 42-year-old Mark Whitener and the Savage Durham for Whitener.
John Hodgkiss' first lap, 15th quick, 16:070. Corey Hedgecock, 20th, 1:62.14. Mark Whitener, 10th, 1:58.74. Second and final lap time for Johnny Huck, a lot better. James, good lap, 9th quick, 1:58.46. Second lap time for Corey Hedgecock, better. He goes 9th quick, 1:58.30. Mark Whitener, second lap, not as good. He'll be 12th. His best lap, 1:58.74. Still Brandon Shepard, Shannon Babb, Darrell Lanigan, your top 3.
Whitener and the Angry Elephant Tattoos and Piercings, Baker Farms, Whitener's Tractor Services, Competition Racing Equipment, Matco Modular Services, Jet Concrete Works, Boswell Oil, VP Lubricants, and Southeast Ship Repair. Scheduled to come out next, Curtis Roberts in the 9.
And he did not hot lap, by the way.
He did not hot lap, so...
Oh, look at this. What is this? Look at this here on the left-hand side of your screen. Someone is watching the broadcast. I think it's Ricky Thornton Jr. watching the broadcast on his phone while he's in the staging lane. That was cool. I like that.
We a full service operation here. Rocket Clements for Roberts and the Roberts Auto Enterprises. Fred Meyer Inc., Lakeside Motorsports, the 39 out of Watertown, New York. Tim McCready, the Paler Motorsports, Longhorn, Cordet, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Mega Plumbing HVAC, Armslist.com, New Point Lighting and Design, Bill Stein Racing for Heroes, Walker Performance Filtration, Baker Mitchell, the SCD Calson SCT, and the PO. Is the PO out there? Yes, that is Jeff Robertson in the Pierce RAC for the 57-year-old. Tim McCready, 15.766.
Yes, thank you. Curtis Roberts, 13th with a 1:58.62. Tim McCready, second lap, third quick, 1:55.701. Jeff Robertson is 24th quick with a 1:76.11. So Tim McCready now third fastest. Shannon Babb second. They all still trail Brandon Shepard with a 1:53.10 after 25 qualifiers, James, in Group A.
Up next will be the 57 out of Henry, South Carolina. It'll be 26-year-old Zach Mitchell and the Longhorn Vic Hill. Eubanks Oil, Clary Hood Construction, and Fox Shocks, followed by the 40B out of Brandon, Florida. 32-year-old Kyle Bronson in the Rocket Clements, Brandon Ford, Bronson Brands, Race Car Engineering, Borchers Equipment, Lucas Oil Products, Integra Racing, Shocks, Multi-Fire, Super Pro Series Wires, VP Fuels, Max Amp, Ultralight, and the 7R out of Bloomington, Indiana, former Eldora track champion. It'll be Kent Robinson, the 35-year-old, and the Longhorn, Jay Dickens, JB Salvage, Willie's Carburetor and Dino Shop, All-Star Performance, Lucid Services Group, RW Transport, Swiss Springs, and Naylor Motorsports. Sponsor K-Rob, Kent Robinson, the track champion here back in 2017.
Zach Mitchell, a good first lap. James fifth, quick 1.5594. First lap time for Kyle Bronson, also good. Eighth, quick 1.5636. And K-Rob's first lap, also good. 11th, quick 1.5711. Second lap time for Zach Mitchell. He's second, quick, James. A good lap, 1.5448. Second lap for Kyle Bronson, not as good. He'll stay eighth fastest. And the second lap time for Kent Robinson, also just a tick off. He will stay 11th. How about Zach Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen, going second quick at a 15.448.
Babb third, McCready fourth, Lanigan fifth. Right now on the bubble in 16th is Curtis Roberts, but we still got a long way to go here in Group A. Up next should be the 995. It'll be the White Falcon Jr. out of Pine Grove, Louisiana for the 26-year-old of the Team Zero, Jay Dickens Racing Engines entry. Falcon Trucking Equipment, National Auto Parts, followed by the 20 RT out of Martinsville, Indiana. If he puts his phone down in time, it'll be 31-year-old Ricky Thornton Jr. in the Todd and Vicky Burns SSI Motorsports out of Morgantown, Indiana. Longhorn Clements, Big River Steel, Hooker Trucking, Penske Shocks, Dyno One, Certified Inspection Services, Excel Floor Covering, Westside Tractor Sales, and the 63 out of Holland, Ohio, 30-year-old Terry Rushlow in the Longhorn Gressman, Estes Auto, Tireman Auto Service Center, DPF Alternatives, and 10 Mile Creek Excavating. Sponsor Terry Rushlow. The next three here.
Tim's distant cousin.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
Brandon Shepard still the time to beat, Dustin. 15.310.
Manny Falcon creeps into that invert. 15th, quick 1.5858. Ricky Thornton Jr. 27th on lap 1. 16.616. Terry Rushlow 29th. 1.7403. Manny Falcon even better on lap 2. Good lap. 10th quick. 15.674. RTJ on lap 2. He's a little better, but he's still 25th. 1.6110. And the second lap time for Terry Rushlow. He's a little better. 28th. 1.6997. Nothing has changed at the top of the leaderboard. Still Brandon Shepard, Zach Mitchell, Shannon Babb, Tim McCready, Darrell Lanigan, your top five after 31 qualifiers in Group A.
Up next will be the 55, two-time track champion here in 07 and 2012 out of Pinconning, Michigan. It'll be 47-year-old Jeep Van Wormer. He's in the Longhorn, Jay Dickens, Bayline Fire Protection, Northeastern Fabrication, All-Star Performance, Delta Communications, followed by another former track champion here at Eldora, four-time and reigning Brownstown track champion. It'll be Devin Gilpin out of Columbus, Indiana, the third-generation drivers, 31 years old, in the Don Fleetwood Rocket Clements, Clarkson Logging, Insultech, South Central Roofing, Dasco Racing Supply, Wheelman by Dasco, Freedom Fireworks, RJ Recycling, Ride Auto Parts, followed by the 15K out of York, Pennsylvania, 56-year-old Rick Eckert in the Bruce Kane-owned Rocket Mullins, number 15K.
Gerald Van Wormer Jr.'s first lap, 21st quick, 1.5953. First lap time for Devin Gilpin, 29th, 1.6288. And the first lap for Rick Eckert, 26th fastest, 1.6098. Jeep Van Wormer, second lap, much better, James. He goes 10th quick, 15.672. Second lap time for Devin Gilpin, only a little better. He is 30th, 1.6211. And the second lap time for Rick Eckert, not as good. He will be 26th after 34 drivers in qualifying here for Group A.
Eckert, again, all about doors. Larry Hills and Son Excavating, Caruth and Son Concrete, all about Wraps.net, TNT Sweeping, Portalette Services, Jerry Siding, Roofing and Windows, Bruce Kane Racing, Three Mules Welding, Billy's Welding, DHR Custom Fabrication. Up next will be the 16 out of Decorah, Iowa, to be 36-year-old Tyler Bruning in the Skyline Motorsports, Capital Clements, Olson Explosives, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Base Fuels, Truck Country, Penske Shocks, Bruning Rock Products, Bennett Explosives, followed by the 49, four-time World 100 winner out of Blairsville, Georgia, 38-year-old Jonathan Davenport in the Lancet Landers, Double L Motorsports out of Batesville, Arkansas, Longhorn Clements, Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Spartan Mowers, Bill Stein Shocks, BP Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, Mark Martin out of Moneymaker Plumbing of the Carolinas, and the 8 out of Mooresville, North Carolina. 39-year-old Kyle Strickler in the Melanie Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, Cat Industries, G-Style Transport, PFC Brakes, Andy's Towing, and Dirt Wrap. Sponsor Car 8, Kyle Strickler.
First lap time for the 16 of Tyler Bruning, 25th quick, 1:60.18. First lap time for Jonathan Davenport, 19th, 1:5.862. And the first lap time for Kyle Strickler, good lap, 10th quick, 1:5.665. Second lap time for Tyler Bruning, 18th, just misses the invert, 1:5.851. Second lap for Jonathan Davenport, 14th, 1:5.690. And the second lap time for Kyle Strickler, good lap. Kyle Strickler, ladies and gentlemen, fourth fastest, 1:5.563. Shannon Babb third, Zach Mitchell second, Brandon Shepard still the time to beat in Group A, 1:5.310 with a little over a dozen drivers left to qualify.
Andrew Ohm now on the bubble in 16th. Davenport precarious there, Dustin, because he's 14th. And there's still a lot of good qualifiers left to go yet, including this driver. Second last night in one of the feature races. That is Jimmy Owens out of Newport, Tennessee, the 50-year-old Ramirez. Rocket Vic Hill out of Newport, Tennessee, the Reese Monument Company. Tim Short out of Group Boom Test Well Service, Georgia Arms, Redline Oil, Midwest Sheet Metal, Sunoco, and Bill Stein. The 99 out of Winfield, Tennessee, 27-year-old Cameron Marler. And the Danny McLaughlin, Longhorn Clements, 3 GM Steel, Mac Metal Sales, Bill Stein Shocks. Don Franklin family of dealerships, Hope Mental Health LLC, and the 9Z out of Chalk Hill, PA. 29-year-old Mason Ziegler, the Barry Wright, Icon Clements.
Cameron Marler, 19th quick on lap number 1 with a 1:5.831. Mason Ziegler, 30th after his first lap with a 1:6.063. And Jimmy Owens, 4th quick, a great first lap, 1:5.517. Second lap for Cameron Marler, better, he's 18th, 15.746. Second lap for Mason Ziegler, better. He jumps up to 9th, 1:5.621. And Jimmy Owens, it looks like
That was his second lap.
That was his second lap.
Yep.
I missed his first. Thank you.
Fine.
So Jimmy Owens, 4th quick overall in Group A. Shannon Babb 3rd. Zach Mitchell 2nd. Brandon Shepard, after 40 drivers in Group A, still the time to beat James, 1:5.310.
And look who's on the bubble for the pole of heat race action car 49.
Uh-oh. If someone else bumps into the top 16, Davenport will start no better than 5th.
JL Industries, Oil, Pile Vacation Rentals, Morocco Welding, Imperial River Transport, M&M Painting, C&H Paving, Roy's Body Shop and Garage on the 9Z. Up next will be the 6 out of Milledgeville, Georgia, Parker Martin, the 18-year-old Longhorn Southeast Performance Engines, the 12 out of Lawrence Burgundy, got a 37-year-old Jason Jameson, the Rocket Winley, and the Jade out of Decker, Tennessee, 23-year-old Jaden Frame in the Capital Vic Hill.
Parker Martin 31st on lap number 1. Jason Jameson now goes 31st on lap number 1. Jaden Frame 34th on his first lap. So all 3 drivers in this group right now outside the top 30. Second lap time for Parker Martin, better. He goes 23rd, 15.858. And it looks like Jason Jameson loses power as he crosses the line. James Hill stay 32nd. Jaden Frame's second lap is better. He'll go 29th, 15.901. 43 drivers have timed in FK Rod ends qualifying. In Group A, Brandon Shepard still the time to beat with a 1:5.310.
Jason Jameson, Walker's Towing, the Dirt Track at Edgewater Raceway, Michael J. Lotto Sales, Slicker Graphics, infield.
Yeah, we had an update. Jason Jameson had some troubles in that Winley Motorsports car earlier in hot laps as well. And again, he does problems rearing their ugly head again here in qualifying. So we talked about as well that Scott James used to drive that Winley Motorsports ride. And I know he got a hold of you as well, James, and myself. And we wish Scott the best. Hopefully he's not done racing. But Scott, if you're out there watching, hope to see you back here at Eldora Speedway soon, buddy.
He's got to have back surgery coming up next month, so our best wishes to the Silver Shark. I think he's here this weekend. The 111 out of Sylvester, Georgia, Stephen Roberts of the Rocket Clements, Roberts B Company, Lennox River Ranch, Go Lithium Drywall Systems, the 93 out of Lincoln, North Carolina, 22-year-old Carson Ferguson and the Wesley Page, Longhorn Vic Hill, WP Racing Shocks, Hoopaw Grading Company, Bill Stein, Schaefer's Oil, Don Wells, Custom Kitchen and Poorhouse, and Jason Fager, the 25 out of Bloomington, Illinois, the 44-year-old of the Longhorn Clements.
Stephen Roberts, first lap, 38th, James 1:6.198. Carson Ferguson's first lap, 42nd, 43rd now, 1:7.124. Jason Fager goes 20th on lap 1, 15.771. Stephen Roberts, second lap, much better, 19th quick, 1:5.742. Second lap time on Carson Ferguson. He bumps up a little bit. He's 37th, though, 16091. And Jason Fager, second lap, not as good. He will stay 21st. Right now, as you mentioned, Jonathan Davenport on the invert bubble with a lap of 15690 with a handful of drivers left to go in Group A.
Look who's 15th fastest, Dustin.
Brandon Overton.
So those two hanging on by a thread here, hoping that nobody can beat those times, but there's still some good ones to go. Yeah, Jason Fager, the Titan Industries, Floyd's Waste Systems, Hoker Trucking, Roger Battery, RLM Enterprises, Rimtech, and Griffin Signs Digital Copy Systems, the 11 out of Meridian, Mississippi, Spencer Hughes, and the Craig and Shannon Sims PCC Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, followed by the M27 out of Marseilles, Illinois. It'll be Mike Provenzano, the 43-year-old of the Pierce Platinum Rhine engine, and the 22 out of Mount Holly, North Carolina, Chris Ferguson, in the Conard Team Zero Clements.
Spencer Hughes, first lap, 21st, 15748. Mike Provenzano, he'll check in 41st on lap number 1 with a 16196. Chris Ferguson, 17th, James, just outside the invert, 15702, second lap. Spencer Hughes goes fourth fastest, 15504. He bumps Jonathan Davenport from the invert. Mike Provenzano, 42nd. And his second lap, and in Chris Ferguson's second lap, he's not as good. He will miss the invert as well. He is 18th quick right now with a best lap of 15702. 49 drivers have qualified. They all chase Brandon Shepard in Group A with a lap of 15310.
And you have Pierce, Marlar, Moran, Keegan Cox, Freddie Carpenter, Brandon Overton on the bubble. In 16th right now, here comes Bobby Pierce and the Pierce Platinum Vic Hill. With a 25-year-old in the Hoker Trucking, All Guy Ring, Base Fuels, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Senior Life Insurance Company, First Spear, Rio Grande Waste Services, Extreme Electric, Leak and Treat Service, Toyota, Danville, Vermilion County, Bobcats, Mikey Marler, the Ronnie Delk, Longhorn, Cornette, Delk Equipment, Drive Rivers Enterprises, Rockets Convenience Plus, Bill Stein, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Can-Am Salvage, Capital Cap Signs, and Devin ran the 9 out of Dresden, Ohio, and he did it. Pierce did it.
He's second quick, 15.444. Yes, he is. Mike Marler, 33rd on lap 1, 15.887. And the first lap time on Devin Moran, 25th. So Bobby Pierce, fast time, James, 15.278. Mike Marlar, 7th quick. What an improvement. Second lap, 15536. And the second lap time for Devin Moran. He'll stay 25th, 15748. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got a new quick qualifier in Group A out of Oakwood, Illinois. The smooth operator, Bobby Pierce.
That puts Jeep Van Warmer on the bubble for a pole of a heat.
Wow.
16th right now. Overton and Davenport will start no higher than, the third row, right? In their heat races.
That is correct,
Keegan
yes.
Cox, the 23 out of Franklin, Indiana, the 27-year-old of the Masters-built Clements. Cox's Wrecker Service, Bradley Chevrolet, Keegan Cox Firewood, JCE, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Greg Houck Window Tinting, Kane's Tree Service, and the K-Car out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, 51-year-old Freddie Carpenter into Kryptonite Pro Power, Johnny O. Boston, ProTech, Octane Ray Products, CNT Services, sponsor Freddie Carpenter, a final qualifier in Group A.
Keegan Cox, 48th on lap 1 with a 16871. Freddie Carpenter, 48th, 16477. Remember, he laid down a good lap in Dirt Draft Hot Laps a little earlier on this evening. Keegan Cox, we'll see if he can improve on lap number 2. He does, but he stays 49th, 16605. And Freddie Carpenter's second lap is better. He'll bump up to 40th, just behind Billy Moyer with a 16048. So that will do it for DirtDraft.com qualifying in Group A. Your quick qualifier, unofficially, Bobby Pierce with a 15278. Second quick, Brandon Shepard, 15.310. Zach Mitchell, third quick, 15.448. Shannon Babb, fourth. Spencer Hughes, fifth. Then it's Jimmy Owens, Mike Marlar, Kyle Strickler, Tim McCready, Darrell Lanigan, Ricky Weiss, and Mason Ziegler. Unofficially, 13th fastest and starting on a pole of a heat would be Will Harrington. 14th quick and starting on the pole of a heat, the 40B of Kyle Bronson. 15th quick, starting on the pole of a heat, the 88 of Trent Ivey. And unofficially, rounding out the top 16, ladies and gentlemen, and starting on the pole of a heat, out of Pinconning, Michigan, Jeep Van Wormer in the 55.
So those heats will be set up here shortly. They'll be coming up first here tonight. But we still have one more group to qualify. This will be our second feature of the night. They will run 4 heats, 2 B mains. And then $12,000 to win their main event as well.
And real quick, guys, I was down here talking to Randy Weaver, and Randy pointed out earlier that he thought maybe, and Ben as well, and thought this track was picking up. Randy, real quick, you saw Bobby Pierce, his type of track, but some of those other guys, like Chris Ferguson, some of those other guys you said maybe pushed a little bit. I know Mike Marlar had a little bit of struggles. What did you see?
Yeah, definitely. The racetrack's just wetter, got a little more grip, and then when there's no grip, it's still a little slimy and dirty. But, you know, watching these guys turn in turn 1, the cars that was really good last night looked like all of them was really tight. So, you know, it don't take but just a little bit here, and you go from invert to, you know, 20th. So I'm telling you, these heat races are going to be wide open too. So it's going to be interesting, be a different group up front.
Should be a fun night here at Eldora as we get ready for Group B qualifying.
So we'll get those cars back to the back pit area that are coming back down as well. Let them in and then run the rest of them out because their first heat will be coming up here in a little bit. So 3 cars at a time here in Group B. Don't forget also tomorrow, folks, on the grounds, 2 p.m., Dirt Racing Outreach Program up here outside of Turn 4 at the house up there, Dirt Racing Outreach. Be sure to check that out. 3:30 p.m., we'll have the autograph session for all the drivers here. That'll be at the multi-purpose building up there between outside of turns 3 and 4. Yes, DJ?
Yeah, I was just going to say it, that Dirt Racing Outreach service tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eldora Speedway General Manager Jerry Gappens is going to be the guest speaker. That's pretty cool. I like that. Good for Jerry. Good for Russ Ward and good folks at Dirt Racing Outreach.
Ralph
and,
Baker, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it. I mean, if you're here and if you appreciate faith and ministry, stop up and check out Russ Ward. Him and again, Ralph Baker and the great folks at Dirt Racing Outreach, they just they do a phenomenal job. And again, that'll be at 2 p.m. up by the house just outside of turn number 4.
And Chris Link, I believe she'll be there singing as well.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome. She's awesome. And she does a great job. Rusty Shields, of course, doing the anthem here tonight and tomorrow night. Glad to have him here as well. All right, as we see those cars making their way back to the top of the hill. Group B coming up. Michael Chilton, the current Valvoline Ironman Series North and South points leader out of Salvisa, Kentucky. He'll be up first. Former regular on the Battle of the Bluegrass Series. You remember that?
That's right.
I remember when he started, he was like, 17. He's been racing about 20 years, it seems like.
Not as young as Dustin Linville when he first started.
Dustin Linville, right?
Was like 13 or 14.
Bobby Carrier Jr., Benji Lee.
By the way, speaking of Battle of Bluegrass, guess who I ran into last night as I was coming
not
back
ECJ.
Not ECJ.
Not Little Eddie.
No. BWJ.
Bobby Walter Jr.
Bobby Walter Jr.
Former Rookie of the Year in the Battle of the Bluegrass.
House. Yes. He heard his name mentioned on the broadcast the other night, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
About having the iPod. Yeah, the iPod. Or, yes,
he did.
It's true. True story, he said. He confirmed it. Yes.
His dad, Bobby Walter Jr., yes, number 11.
I saw Bobby Walter Jr. here last night. He had a hat with like a wig on, like the long hair behind of it. He said, the guy grabbed me saying who I am. I'm like, no, I could tell there was like long hair. You know, I said, no, I don't know who this guy is. He pulled his hat off. I knew immediately then it was Bobby Walter Jr. Good to see him, man.
I was thinking, remember the races at 201? We had like Chucky May, Brandon Kinzer, Jackie Boggs, of course.
Yes.
Remember David Powers?
Yeah,
from
David
Salyerville?
Powers. Yes, the 64, right?
I saw him last year, I think, at Portsmouth, the Dirt Track World Championship.
How about that?
Raymond Nichols, Aaron Hatton.
Oh, the 33.
Yes.
How about that?
Oh, yeah. All right. This is great. Thanks for all the messages. The RMP, Bobby Walter Jr. did drive an RMP Industrial.
He drove an RMP Industrial car.
Timmy Yeager,
right.
Greg Johnson.
The chosen one, yes.
The Wild Thing
did, yes.
Man, oh, man,
we had, I tell you what, that Battle of the
Bluegrass
Larry
Yance
Series.
57 with Johnny Wheeler. And before that.
Johnny Wheeler. Tyrell Todd drove it a few times.
Remember Royce McGowan? We had him, yeah.
Mike Marlar drove that car a time or two.
Yeah.
He put a small number 1 in front of the 57.
Now Mikey's got the 1 CJ 157.
Yes, that's
pretty
right.
good. That's cool.
All right.
All right, here we go. Back to
Sal
business
Isaac,
here.
and not the Sal Isaac slick. That was Ed Bain. This is Sal
was
Isaac.
Ed Bain,
That
right?
is, yes, this
That
is
number
Sal Isaac.
19?
Yes, that is. This is Sal Isaac, Kentucky's Michael Chilton on your screen.
Caden Industrial Painting, MKC Transport, the 83 out of Johnson City, Tennessee, the McCarter Brothers, Masters, Bill Clements, and Jensen Ford, and the current World of Outlaws late model series points leader, Dennis Herb Jr., 49 years old, out of Carpentersville, Illinois, in the Rocket Clements.
Jensen Ford, check that. Dennis Erb goes to the top of the leaderboard. Again, we've wiped the slate clean. This is now Group B for FK Rod Ends qualifying, 15.791 by Dennis Erb Jr. Michael Chilton, second lap, a little better. He'll be third quick with a 1.5948. Jensen Ford, second lap, not as good. His best lap is 15.815. Dennis Erb Jr. lays down a very good lap, James. It's going to be hard to beat here in Group B. 1.5433. So the current World of Outlaws points leader will set the bar for FK Rod Ends qualifying here in Group B.
McBride, Macville, Mac Truck Sales, PRC Performance Rod and Custom, Kaiser, Ideal Ready Mix, VP Hoosier, Jensen Ford, the Jim Beeman Lumber, Parkway Liquor Store, Tennessee Homemade Wines, West End Package Store, McCarter Farms, Chilton, the Cade Industrial, and as we mentioned, MKC Transport, Rick Purvis Contractors, Liquor Graphics, Equiplano, and Clayton Homes, the 23 formerly out of Williamson, West Virginia, Knoxville, Tennessee, the 41-year-old John Blankenship, the Rocket Cornet Constitution Party, ASI Raceware, Integra Shocks, and followed by the 11 out of Verona, Kentucky, the current points leader at 4, and 24-year-old Josh Wrights, the Rocket, Jay Dickens for Rick Jones, and Will Rowland, the 22G, the 20-year-old out of Jasper, Georgia, the Mark Rowland Capital Vic Hill.
Good lap for John Blankenship on lap 1, second fastest, 1.5557. Josh Rice, third quick, 15.663. Will Rowland, fifth quick. Remember, he had a good qualifying lap last night. James Rowland's best lap right now, 1.593.9. Blankenship's second lap, not as good. Rice's second lap, not as good. Will Rowland, we'll see if he can improve on lap number 2, and he does not. So Rowland, fifth quick. Rice, third quick. Blankenship, second. Dennis Erb Jr., the time to beat in Group B with a 1.5433.
Will Rowland, the Rowland Tire, Mountain Ridge Realty, RRO Investments, Liquor Graphics, Josh Rice, the Sinesis Construction, On the Blocks, Spike, Ice, Extreme Sportswear, Maxwell Trucking, Liquor Graphics, Integra, ATC Site Construction, Map It Right, Land Surveying. How about Richard Smith and Doug Smith?
Yes, yes.
Brothers, yes, Steve Sabo out of Fremont, Ohio. He's 56 years old in the Masters Built Sabo, Our Place Bar and Grill. Denny's Timeout Tavern, The Alley. Garrett Smith, the 10 out of Eatonton, Georgia. The 18-year-old is, Steve Sabo, problems going into 1. Garrett Smith, the Rocket Vic Hill for his father, Scott Smith, Terminal Maintenance and Construction, Davis Tire, Garrett Smith Performance Base Fuel, Senior Life Insurance Company, Dirt Car Lift, the world-famous Cadillac Ranch. That's not going to work.
Nope.
Whoa. We'll give him another lap. The caution is out. Dean Carpenter out there, the 51, out of Coldwater, Mississippi, the 57-year-old in the Rocket, Jay Dickens. Tennyson Brothers Sheet Metal, Carpenter Construction, Performance Bodies, Extreme Graphics. By the way, I got a message from Alan Tilley, our good buddy Alan Tilley.
Hey, shout out to Alan Tilley.
I think he might be here.
Oh, my.
So, Alan, I hope you're doing fine, buddy. Hopefully we'll get to see you maybe this weekend.
I would love to see Alan Tilley if he's here.
Him.
Absolutely.
Yes. Glad you're doing all right, brother. I know it's, a tough go for him in the last, we're praying for you, brother.
Absolutely. Continued prayers for our good friend Alan Tilley. So we will, looks like they're going to throw the green flag. We'll try this group once again. Dennis Erb Jr., the time to beat, 15.433 here in Group B. Once again, the fast time in Group A, 1.5278. So the Group A drivers, their heat races have already been set. We have cleaned the board, and now Group B is on the track qualifying against each other. Dean Carpenter's first lap, 7th quick, 16.552. And the first lap time for Garrett Smith. Good lap, James. He is 1/1000th of a second off Dennis Erb Jr., 15.434. Erb was 15.433. Garrett Smith, 15.434. Dean Carpenter's second lap better. He's 8th quick. Second lap for Garrett Smith. Quick time in Group B, 1.5366. Garrett Smith in the 10S.
The next three, it'll be Greg Satterley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania, the 30-year-old, and the Gary Satterley Rocket Clement, Satterley Motorsports, Kaiser Manufacturing, Integra Shocks, followed by the 25 out of Salem, West Virginia. It'll be 57-year-old Mike Benedum in the Team Zero Clements, BSI Well Service, BlackRock Enterprises, CE Bircher's Ranch, Clarksburg Mac, and Bruce Nunnally Fabrication followed by the 17 out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia. 33-year-old Zach Dome in the Z&T Racing Longhorn Vic Hill. Tim Short out of Group Way, floor covering Mountaintop RV Park and Cabins. Dackett Reynolds, Dome Farms, Dome Cycles. 17D, time to beat. Garrett Smith still 15.366 here in Group B.
Zach Dome's first wall, he just was on the green flag. That's my bad. Now the white flag coming out for Greg Satterley. He is fifth quick, 1.5808. Mike Bennett's seventh fastest with a 1.5848. And the first lap time now for Zach Dome. Fourth quick, 1.5625. Second lap time going up for the driver, the 22, Indiana, Pennsylvania's Greg Satterley. Better, he jumps up to fourth with a 1.5614. Mike Bennet, good lap, James. Third quick, 1.5443. Zach Dome, second lap, not as good. He'll be sixth quick right now in Group B with a 1.5625. 13 drivers have attempted a lap in Group B. Garrett Smith sits atop the leaderboard with a 1.5366.
Driving Carson Hocevar's Kryptonite. It'll be Tyler Carpenter. He's up next. Out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, in the Vic Hill Power Plant. Under the hood, Andy's Frozen Custard, Shocker Hitch, Nice Equipment, Premier Security. Followed by the one in out of Sylvania, Ohio, to be 42-year-old Casey Noonan in the Longhorn Noonan Performance Engine Car. Performance Machining in the 71 DS. Also out of Sylvania, Ohio, to be 23-year-old Drew Smith. He's at the Black Diamond Custom, Racing for Recovery, the Distillery, Best Budget Inn, John's Corner Bar and Grill, J&R Flooring.
Drew Smith, once again, not able to be out on the racetrack.
Dwayne
Chamberlain, you got
the
it.
20C out of Richmond, Indiana, 42 years old, in the Rocket Cornet. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Tyler Carpenter, 12th quick, 16.285. Casey Noonan, 11th, 1.5955. Dwayne Chamberlain, 12th, 1.5039. All three drivers right there together. Second lap time for Tyler Carpenter, a little better, 1.6080. He'll be 13th. Casey Noonan jumps up to 8th quick, 1.5679. And Dwayne Chamberlain, second lap, not as good, 1.6039, his best lap. After 17 drivers, it's still Garrett Smith, 15.366.
Just excited we had two Sylvania, Ohio drivers back-to-back. So
yes, we do. Good job.
Weber Motorsports, KG Technologies, Pardo's Towing, Wide Open Graphics, celebrating their 20th anniversary. DB Plumbing, John Weber Motorsports. Up next will be the 18D. Second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase at the Lucas Oil Series. It'll be Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The 25-year-old James Ratliff out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. Longhorn Clements, MGL Auto Sales, Kellner Contracting, the Auto Outlet, Worldwide Custom Car Haulers, Grantley Farms, Equipment Auction, JRR Auto Sales, Beacon Hill Construction, John Henderson out of North Augusta, South Carolina, the Warrior Clements, H&A Development, Jordan Trotter, Commercial Real Estate, ATC Site, JCH Farms, PJR, Asphalt, and Chase Younghands, the 29-year-old out of Manhattan, Kansas, the Greg Younghands, Rocket Clements, Younghands Discount Liquor Shop, Quick Convenience Stores, Bozard Ford, and Grant Petroleum.
Nice job, James. Dalton Wilson, 10th quick, 15.819. Chase Younghands, 11th quick, 1.5922. John Henderson, 17th with a 1.6448. Dalton Wilson, second lap, a little better, 9th fastest, 1.5682. Second lap for John Henderson, a little better, 16th quick, 1.6301. And the second lap time for Chase Younghands, much better, James. 5th quick, 1.5557. Garrett Smith, Dennis Erb Jr., Mike Benedum still the top three in Group B after 20 drivers have attempted a qualifying lap.
Should be the 354, Chris Nash, the 50-year-old out of White Pigeon, Michigan, to the domination. Custom Octane Race Trailers, Pit Performance Products, Go Lithium, followed by the three-time Battle of Bluegrass Dirt Car Series champion, 43-year-old Victor Lee out of Danville, Kentucky, and the Danny Hatcher out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, Longhorn, Durham, Hatcher's Auto Sales, Kellner Contracting and Services, Richwood's Self-Storage, followed by the 130 out of Kankakee, Illinois. It'll be 19-year-old Chase Osterhoff, the 19-year-old, as I mentioned, out of Rocket Full Power, Country Farm Market, Rallies, great people, great cars, Osterhoff Fence, Slim's Poorhouse, and Simpson Race Products and Fast Lane Wrap sponsor Chase Osterhoff.
Chris Nash, 18th on lap number 1 with a 1.7645. Victor Lee, 17th with a 1.6351. Chase Osterhoff, 18th with a 1.6426. Second qualifying lap for the 3.54 of Chris Nash. A little better, 16.810. He'll be 20th. Second lap time for Victor Lee, not as good. 17th, 1.6351 is his best lap. And the second lap time for the 130, his best lap, 1.6426. That is Chase Osterhoff out of Osterhoff Vinyl Fencing Incorporated, Illinois.
Up next scheduled to be Clint Keenan, very good. 60901. is the zip code. Jeremy Creech up. Clint Keenan not there, so it'll be Jeremy Creech, the 47-year-old out of Richmond, Indiana, the Rocket Dargy. All about asphalt, Pardo's Towing, quality electrostatic painting, milestone. Hello, Macy Staten Racing, Riggle Waterman, Mortuary, Wildfire Motors, followed by the 145 out of Canal, Winchester, Ohio. 22-year-old Chase Fronapple. These are the Longhorn Clements. Fronapple Motorsports, R&J Trucking and Hauling, Nexon Tire, Naylor Motorsports in 11. Celebrating his 30th birthday today out of St. Charles, Missouri. It's Gordy Gundaker in the Longhorn Clements. Lucas Oil Products, McKay Napa Auto Parts Corporation, Hassel Horizontal, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, and J&C Properties. Sponsor Gordy Gundaker.
Jeremy Creech, the former Eldora Speedway stock car driver, 21st, 17.411. Chase Fronapple, 22nd. Remember, he laid down a good lap last night, 17.830. The birthday boy, Gordy Gundaker, 20th, 16532. We'll see if any of this trio is able to improve on lap number 2. Jeremy Creech does not. He'll stand on a 17411. That is 22nd. Chase Fronapple improves a tick. He goes up to 22nd with a 16986. Gordy Gundaker improves a hair. He goes to 20th with a 16512. Garrett Smith, Dennis Erb, Mike Benedum, John Blankenship, and Chase Younghand. Now your top 5 after 27 drivers in Group B.
Jeff and Eddie Harrod, Frankfort, Kentucky. We had John Gill, Joey Kramer.
Joey Kramer, very good in the
and
77.
Jimmy Owens.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Right,
yes.
Jimmy
Good
Owens.
job.
Yes.
That is right.
Text me if there's anybody else.
Somebody else drove that car late, like kind of in their later stage. I can't remember who it was.
Well, Jeff Harrod actually started it at Bardstown. Like I said, then like he's John Gill.
Saw Joey Kramer win his first ever late model race
Florence,
in that car,
Kentucky.
by the way. Yes, I was
Florence
there.
Speedway.
I was there.
It was
yes.
about 25 degrees.
Yes. Oh, my goodness, it was cold that night.
Yes.
Coldest race I've ever been to.
Jason Riggs, the 34-year-old out of College Grove, Tennessee, the Rocket Clemens, the 3S out of Chatham, Illinois, 41-year-old Brian Shirley, the Bob and Lisa Cullen, Rocket Durham, and the 5-star out of Ionia, Michigan, 32-year-old Bryant Dickinson in the Laser Rhine.
Jason Riggs, 22nd on lap number 1 with a 16933. Brian Shirley, 12th quick, 15861. Clint Keenan James is on the track now.
Oh, there's Clint.
Yep, with a
Pataskil, Ohio.
16531. Your favorite Dairy Queen, second lap. Jason Riggs, 19th, 16424. Brian Shirley jumped up to 8th with a 15625. And the second lap time on the Pataskil, Ohio driver Clint Keenan, a little better, 22nd, 16466. Garrett Smith, still the time to beat in Group B with a 15366.
Clint Keenan in the Rocket Mullins DeVoe Construction. Keenan Concrete, Ohio Refrigeration, Deco Crete Supply, Tony Hunt Trucking, Air Max Heating and Cooling, Riggs in the RM Sports, Base Racing Fuels and Oil, Slicker Graphics, Best One Tire and Auto, Wiles Drive Shaft, Lentz Towing and Recovery, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Hass Horizontal, C Motorsports, Budapest Transmission, Holbrook Metal, and again, Brian Shirley, the Thomason Express, Hoker Trucking, J&J Ventures Gaming, KBC Graphics, Integra, Bass Livestock. There's Bryant Dickinson. Was down there in the lineup shoot. It looks like Tyler Erb in the middle of the back straightaway as Dickinson is here on the main straightaway. Brian in the BD&R Wealth Management, Vanderveen Napa Auto, Forest Restoration, Lucky Dog Grooming Salon, Freedom Reigns, Tyler Erb, the Eric and Kelly Brock Best Performance, Motorsports out of St. Mary's, Ohio, Rocket Clements, Bulk Material Lift, Midwest Sheet Metal, Lemon W Transport, Lucas Oil Products, Basil Race Fuels, KBC Graphics, Roberts B Company, First Class Septic, and the 2S he's not out there. Scheduled to be Stormy Scott, so it's Dickinson. There's Stormy Scott and the Longhorn Clements, 32-year-old, in the Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rancho Milagro Racing, Eagle Moon Hemp Farm and Labs, Big Deal Car Care, Ed and Trudy Healy, Top of the World Ranch and Slicker Graphics 2S.
Turbo 18th on lap 1, Stormy 13th on lap 1, Bryant 29th on lap 1. Lap 2 for Turbo, a little better, 16th, 15960. Stormy Scott's second lap is not as good. He will stay 13th at a 15906. And Bryant Dickinson's best lap as he comes off turn number 4 is a little better. Lap number 2, he's 28th quick with a 17284. 32 drivers in to FK Rod-Ends qualifying for Group B. Garrett Smith, Dennis Erb Jr., Mike Benedum, still your top 3.
Up next will be Justin White, an Eldora rookie, 16 years old, out of Stevensville, Michigan. In the Chad White Pierce Rhine, White's Refrigeration, Heating and Cooling, T's Top of the Coloma.
Close.
You've been to top of the Coloma.
I've been to the top. I have not. I've been to the tap. I've not been to the top.
Furman Hauling and Excavating, Vanderveen Napa, Delmar's Lawn Care, Harbor Home Creations, Trickle Ease, Schaefer's Oil, Northern Michigan Forest Ag. Followed by the 0 to Mooresburg, Tennessee. 58-year-old Scott Bloomquist in the Team Zero Vic Hill. Hot Rod Septic Treatment, Go Lithium, Petrov Towing, Weld Wheels, and Brandon Moore at 30 years old. And car number 39 out of Bryan, Ohio, the Kryptonite Eitenauer Moore engine. Chris Decker Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Services, his sponsor.
Don't forget Don O'Neill drove for Jeff Nettie Harrod as well. Scott Bloomquist 20th on lap number 1, James 16091. Brandon Moore in the 39M 17196. Second lap time for Justin White. Not as good. His best lap, 18th quick, a good lap, though, 16049. Scott Bloomquist, second lap, but does he hit the invert? No, he just misses. 17th quick, 15968. Brandon Moore, second lap, a little better. He'll go 30th, 17033. 35 drivers into FK Rodden's qualifying in Group B. It's still Garrett Smith atop the leaderboard with a 15366.
Tim Tunget. I'm just saying, Tim Tunget, of course, a former regular.
Well, he didn't drive for Harrods, though, right?
I don't think so.
No, he was always in the 8. His Stone Cold.
Yes, that's right. R.J. Conley. He's out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, up next. So right now the car on the bubble is Tyler Erb at 15.960. R.J. Conley, 50 years old, and Rocket Dreamy. Conley River Terminal, Conley Trucking, followed by the 46 out of Jacksonville, Florida. 50-year-old Earl Pearson Jr., the Jason Papage, Longhorn Clements, Lucas Oil Products, Stigler Wrecker and Crane, Papage Construction, Etchberger Trucking, Bill Stein, Sunoco, C&D Contractors and Developers Bonding, Duval Electric, Millard Family Chapels, Remy Realty, E3 Spark Plug, Cedar Pacific Materials, Midway Sheet Metal, and John Kirby, Dustin, the 11K, the 49-year-old out of Russellville, Arkansas, in the Rocket Clements.
Earl Pearson Jr., 22nd lap number 116.201. John Kirby, that's not Pat Dorr, that's John Kirby, 30th, 16688. R.J. Conley, James, right now hits the invert, 14th, 15929. That was his second lap. That's his best lap. Earl Pearson Jr. hits the invert, 12th quick, 15743. And John Kirby, second lap, not as good. He'll be 30th. Garrett Smith, Dennis Erb, Mike Benedum, still the top 3 after 38 cars.
Kirby, the Kirby Specialties Corporation, Construction Resources Group, Eagle Lake Farms, registered Angus. Up next will be the 17 SS. 17 years old out of Dade City, Florida. Kevin, thank you for the light on the Longhorn Durham. It'll be Big Daddy's Cattle. Sponsored Brendan Smith in the Williams Trucking, Plum Crazy Plumbing, Skipper Smokehouse, Jim Piscino Trucking, Guardian Hurricane Protection, followed by the 2-time late model truck champion here, 36-year-old John Henry out of Ada, Ohio, the Rick DeLong Rocket Dargy. Ozzy Flo, Penske Shocks, Warpaint Graphics, and the 101 out of Jefferson City, Tennessee is 27-year-old Forrest Trent in the Longhorn Clement Service 101, Trent Logging, Max Tire Solutions, TNC Transportation, and Driven to Save Lives.
Brendan Smith, 31st on lap 1 with a 16784. John Henry, good lap, 19th, quick 15965. And the first lap time on Forrest Trent, 24th, 16103. We'll see if either of these drivers or any of these drivers are able to improve on lap number 2. Brendan Smith does, James. He hits the invert and goes to 15. John Henry to 9th, 15656. A good lap for John Henry. And Forrest Trent goes to 14th, 15791. Wowza.
Stormy Scott now on the bubble in 16th. And there's still a boatload to go yet. Dale McDowell becoming a Brian Gustin will be next. The 19R out of Marshalltown, Iowa, the 31-year-old in the Rocket Clements. Molly TriStar Engines and Transmissions, Penske Shocks, ML Performance, Ramirez Motorsports, Ace Race Wraps, followed by the 17M out of Chickamauga, Georgia. It'll be 56-year-old Dale McDowell in the Shane McDowell Racing Team Zero. Clements, Easy Go, Committed Gasket, Klotz Synthetic Lubricants, Connected Strategy Advisors, Box Racing Shocks, Shackelford Enterprises, Spring Pro, Campbell Installation Services, followed by the 21K out of Ewing, Virginia, 20-year-old Dakota Knuckles in the Rocket Vic Hill, Markham Oil, Hickory Star, Resort and Marina, Florida Veterinary and Cardiology, Smith's Commissary, Turnkey Realty, Timberline Barnes, Western Building, Barrier Roofs, Javita Enterprises, Hills Truck Repair. Oh, man, LMC Excavating.
Dale McDowell
to
the top of the leaderboard, 15.362. Dakota Knuckles, 17th, 15889. Ryan Gustin, not Jimmy, Ryan Gustin, 7th quick with a 15563. And the second lap time going up for Dakota Knuckles, 18th quick. Not as good. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a new quick time in Group B out of Chickamauga, Georgia. Mac Daddy Dale McDowell, 15362.
All right,
Let's go. 45 drivers have attempted a lap, James. A handful of guys left to go.
Cody Evans a scratch. Aston Winger a scratch. It'll be Jerry Bowersock up next. The 2001 track champion here at Eldora, out of Wapakoneta, Ohio, the 56-year-old, the Rocket Clements. Full Camps, Frenchtown Trailer Sales and Supply, Best Performance Motorsports. Also Truman Quarter Horses, Sour Mugs Tavern, Snack Time Vending, Burke Petroleum, North Star Drilling, followed with a 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana, 22-year-old Hudson O'Neill, the Roger Sellers, Double Down Motorsports, Rocket Cornet, Lazy Days RV, the RV Authority, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Lucas Oil, Smoky Mountain Speedway, VP, WR1 Sim Chassis, Integra, Dynamic Drive Lines, New Era Excavation. Whoa, hang on, Bauer Sock. In turn 4, Austin Kirkpatrick also out there as the caution comes out. Formerly out of Ocala, Florida, now living in Harrisburg, North Carolina for the 29-year-old, the AK Race Cars Clements, Victory Circle Auto Supply, Barbarino, Pizza, 11, and Race Engines, Bill Stein, Shocks. Hudson O'Neill, one of the Twin 25 winners here last night, Bauer Sock. Check this out, Dustin, exactly what happened to the Jedi.
Yeah, a lot of damage there on Jerry Bowersock's number 95J. We'll take a look at the Joe's Racing Products instant replay as he wheeled that Best Performance Motorsports bulk material F.com 95J. It looks like he hooked a rut down there, and you saw the car get sideways, and that shot him straight into the outside wall. That is a tough, tough break for
Randy,
Jerry Bowersock. Ben Shelton, Randy Weaver, go ahead.
Yeah, watching that Joe's Racing Product replay, what did you see happen there?
Well, it's just typical when you get in across the dips, get into 3, it just unloads the shock so bad that it skips the right front. And then when you do land, you realize you're headed up, so you have to cram the brakes on, and he backed it in the wall. But I'm telling you, those dips throw you a curve there, and you can try to go around it all you want to, but eventually you're going to hit it, and it causes you to upset the car.
In addition to that, you noted that another driver was getting ready to lay down a really fast lap. Can he do it again, and who was it?
I was just watching Huddy there, and he went through 1 and 2 really good, and then that happens. Sometimes that breaks your momentum, but he's good enough. He'll get her cranked back up.
All right, so Dale McDowell right now, as you see Jerry Bowersock's 95J getting towed back into the pit again. Tough break for the likable Wapakoneta, Ohio driver. I actually talked to Jerry a little bit there last night, or Wednesday night actually, and he was kind of joking. He said, "I'm not in the dream." He said, "I've won races here in a late model." He said, "I've won 3 or 4." He said, "I've won in Sauce's car, Mike Lawrence's car, and won in Dean Miracle's car, and a few others." He said, "I'm not in the the non-winners race." He said, he was the only saying I'm in Perga. I'm just here. He said, "I'm here, going to make some qualifying laps." He said, well, maybe not as fast as we used to be. He said, but we still love supporting this place.
Yeah, one of the great guys, Jerry Bowersock.
Absolutely, absolutely.
By the way, Tim Tungett, Jason Keltner, Justin Ratliff all drove for Herod. I think that's what
Jason Keltner drove for
Jason
Herod?
Keltner, yes, Jason Keltner.
It used to be the Zero car,
right,
yes.
Right.
Huh. I don't think I knew that. Jerry Rice, Kevin Blair says Jerry Rice drove for Herod as well. By the way, Hudson O'Neill goes to 5th quick, James, 15.544. Checkered flag in the air for Austin Kirkpatrick. His best lap was lap 1. He's 20th, 1.5851. Kai Blight's best lap was lap number 1, a 1.5798. So Hudson O'Neill right now 5th quick, Mike Benedum 4th, Dennis Erb 3rd, Garrett Smith 2nd, Dale McDowell the time to beat 1.5362 with just 3 drivers left to qualify in Group B. Earl Pearson Jr., James, EPJ on the bubble with a 1.5743.
They could have driven for R&P. Wes is going to have to clarify this on this.
Come on, Wes.
Yes, I know. Almost as many as in the Rat 1.
Yes.
We've gone over that before. Kai Blight.
Yes, the Rat 2. There was the
John
Rat 2 as
Lawhorn.
well.
John Lawhorn is here. He drove the Rat car. We know that. Bob Pierce, he drove the Rat car. I'm just saying. We know that, right?
Yes,
Rocket
that is
Durham
right.
From Kai Blight, James Rice out of Verona, Kentucky, the Robert Starrett, Rocket Drainey, and Chris Madden in the Rocket Durham out of Gray Court, South Carolina, with a 47-year-old.
James Madden goes to 16th quick. He's on the invert.
James Madden. Did you say James Madden?
No, I said James space Chris Madden, and now Madden goes up to 5th quick. Joseph Joyner 40th quick. And on lap number 1, lap 2 is not as good. He will stay 40th, but James space Chris Madden is 5th quick. with a 1.5530. He bumps Earl Pearson Jr. off the bubble, and that will unofficially conclude qualifying for Group B. Dale McDowell lays down the best lap in Group B with a 1.5362. Garrett Smith second quick, 1.5366. Dennis Erb Jr. third quick with a 1.5433. Then it's Mike Benningham fourth, Chris Madden fifth, Hudson O'Neill sixth, John Blankenship seventh, Chase Younghands eighth, Ryan Gustin ninth, Greg Sanderly 10th, Zach Dome 11th, and Brian Shirley 12th. Unofficially, 13th and starting on the pole of a heat race will be the 3 of John Henry. 14th and starting on the pole of a heat, the 11 of Josh Rice. 15th and starting on the pole of a heat, the 1 of Casey Noonan. And 16th and starting on the pole of a heat race, the 18D of Dalton Wilson. There you see the winner's share of the 50-50 up over $25,000. We're about to step away for some commercial breaks, but if you are here on the grounds or anywhere in the state of Ohio, you can get those 50-50 tickets at Eldora5050.com. James, we are going to step aside for a quick set of commercial breaks. We'll come back with opening ceremonies from the Friday portion of the 52nd Annual World 100 here at Eldora Speedway. You're watching it all live on FloRacing.
How do you want your legend to be remembered? You're more than your victories. You're more than your losses. You're the hard work, the sacrifice. You're the fire that burns within. What will you do to become legendary? What you do in the dark determines who you are in the light. Are you willing to put it all on the line? Will you seize your opportunity to become legendary? Pit Stop USA. Live like legends.
Dirt Track Fantasy Racing is here with Dirt Draft. With action from the hottest drivers across all major dirt series, put your knowledge to the test with Dirt Draft. Sign up, draft your team, and redeem points for hundreds of different prizes. And for the first time ever, you can be crowned an official series fantasy champion. You can't play all season if you don't play today. To play, just go to dirtdraft.com or download the Dirt Draft app today. Become a fantasy racing champion.